how do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
Ho, 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 and a Merry Christmas, you bunch of filthy peasants.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract.
Welcome back, it's Friday night, and you are tuned in to the one and only Rise Above. Hello, Andy PG.
Raw.
Raw indeed, Raw is back. So tonight is a ChRAstmas special. It's a festive show. As always, we are going to get interactive tonight. It is ChRAstomer services. Andy PG is manning the phone line. So if you want to get hold of us tonight and you want to let off some steam, as it were, this is how you do it. You can Skype us or you can email us at riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. If you want to join us on the camera, you need to email us and we'll send you a link of how to jump into the stream with us if you've got your webcam ready. Or if you want to call me up on the phone, email me and I'll give you my phone number because I'm that kind of guy. Obviously, I'm not going to put my public phone number out everywhere. My private phone number out publicly. That would be a recipe for disaster. Big shout out to everyone tuned in. LFX, Ashley Styles, Auntie Coviet. Hello there. Merry Christmas, everyone. Dougie Gemmell. Who else have we got here? Iron Powder. You're new. Hello there.
Iron Powder.
I like that. Big shout out to all our new viewers that may have come over recently from either Mark Devlin or Archaics or anybody else that we've been chatting to. As you know, Andy PG, we love to chat to people on a Friday night, and sometimes
we've got an eclectic mix of viewers and followers.
Absolutely, we certainly do. Let's see if we've got one more lovely camera view. Yeah, let's go for that one. Look at
That's decent. The widescreen.
Look at the way we're bussing it. What do you know? Yeah. Oh, look at that widescreen in the house. You can see the whole raw console. So yes, we've got loads on the agenda tonight. We're going to have a little sort of like a roundup, a wrap up of the year. I've got a slideshow. We've got some giveaways. We are going to do some proper customer services stuff where we deal with complaint emails that we might have received in the last few weeks. No one gets away lightly. What else? We're going to have people stopping by. We've got a giveaway from JD. He's going to be calling us up in about 5-10 minutes, and we are going to be basically doing the competition for his new album. Oh yeah, I've got to email him the winner. Let me just message JD. Do you want to do some shout outs?
As usual, guys, I'll be manning the emails and Skype. If you want to message us on Facebook, whatever you like, or Instagram, I can give you a shout out. If you buy some merch during the show, I'll give you a shout out. Don't worry, I won't say your second name if you don't want me to. What have we got here? 123 people tuned in. That's that too.
Let's get that this stream shared out, everyone. Whatever social media you're on, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, whatever it is.
We appreciate there's people pissing it up because it's the satanic death cult's sun worshipping time of the year. Obviously, Christmas.
Yeah.
We've got Omer Beats just walked in the studio.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't say anything.
Hello, go and say hello on the other camera, on the other mic over there.
Oh, cool, okay, cool.
Yeah, go and sit down for a minute. Omer Beats. No. In the chair down there. That mic's turned on. We've got a proper little chair for you. Say hello to everyone, Omer.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas, Omer Beats. Let me just turn that round so everyone can see him. There he is.
Sorry, I'm not going to be able to be with you tonight, guys, but I'll be listening. I've got a few pressing issues at my house I've got to sort out tonight.
Curatorial obligations, right?
Well, kind of.
Yeah, well, you've been busy in the garden today building towards the HR department, which is our big project coming out next year. That's a physical project, which is very important, yeah. What else is on the agenda?
My kitchen floor.
Your kitchen floor?
Yeah.
I can't have a cement floor anymore. It's doing my head in. But and also, it'd be nice to have it done before Sunday, you know.
So yeah, you're not going to join us for the show tonight. You're going to head off in a minute, go and do your kitchen floor. Andy PG is going to do some mixing in the interval tonight, so we're going to have some old school
It's about
D&B.
time. It's about time Andy got on those decks. It's been a little
I'm
while.
on CDJs tonight. I haven't mixed on CDJs in fucking years.
Bollocks, you've been using him at your house.
No, but mate, I haven't had a mix at my house for literally for ages, man. I've had too much shit going on.
Fair. Anyway, happy ChRAstmas, everyone. I'll see you next week for the Pirate Radio sessions.
Happy ChRAstmas, Homer Beats. See you next week, mate.
Word.
Okay, so let's share the screen and start as we mean to go on. So yes, it is the ChRAstomer
What are you repping there?
services.
What are you repping? Truth be told.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, I'll just tell you now. Yeah, you can't see it because the mic.
Yeah, we got you there.
Original Truth Be Told. Big up JD. We'll be speaking to him in about 5 minutes. So yeah, it is ChRAstomer Services. It's the call-in show. So we want to hear from you tonight. We want you to let off some steam. You know, tell us what you think 2022 was like on the whole. What you think's coming in 2023. If you want to, comment on something that's happened on Rise Above, one of our guests, whatever it is, get hold of us. RiseAboveLivestream@gmail.com on the Skype, on the email. And if you want to get in the stream with your camera. Hello there, Mark Bajerski. We see you there.
If you want to talk about raw treat and stuff like that,
Whatever it
reminisce,
is,
whatever you want.
Whatever it is.
You can call us tinfoil hat nutters, whatever you want.
And I need to let you know, next week, this episode is actually 88. It's not 87. I got that wrong. Next week is episode 89, New RAS Eve. It's not actually on New Year's Eve, but we've always got the Friday night, so we can tonight is ChRAstmas Eve. Next week is New RAS Eve. We've got a special guest. Really,
so
really
much
excited.
raw.
There's so much raw. Listen, if we can squeeze a little bit more out of it, we always will, and then we'll spray it all over the top. So Ryan Sanders. Awesome guest. We're going to have him physically in the studio next week.
Oh, he's coming in the studio. I didn't know he's coming in.
I believe he's coming down to
Nice.
stay. Ryan's coming down. He's going to be performing live in the studio, some of his own tracks. I'm going to get him doing some back-to-back with me, which I'm really, really looking forward to. We only had a little taste of that at Raw Treat. So I'm very, very excited to be getting Ryan Sanders on next week. I tell you what, while we're on the subject of Ryan Sanders, let's start off by playing his tune Yellow Card, just to give everyone a taste of what's going to go down next week. This is the first tune he drops in the middle of the greatest apocalypse ever, Ryan Sanders Yellow Card.
They hide the truth and push one narrative. Call you mad when you think for yourself and challenge it. Only some of us know what's happening. When the truth gets out, I hope mankind can handle it. Mass manipulation, negative mental stimulation. I saw the yellow card scheme, maddest thing that I have seen. I ain't gonna get that. I ain't gonna let them jab me. Can't trace me or track me. I'll just delete the app, G. I'll just delete the app. Propaganda, it's all cap. I can't stand people that give chat but can't ever take it back. They're always twisting facts. There's no debating that. I don't do conspiracy, I seek truth and report it back. They hide the truth and push one narrative. Call you mad when you think for yourself and challenge it. Only some of us know what's happening. When the truth gets out, I hope mankind can handle it. 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 Finding a way to get rid of the juice, exhibit the truth. This is the proof. Me and the people just visit the news. Me and the people just visit the news, cause this is abuse. Yellow card, they can't even give an excuse. They hide the truth and push one narrative. Call you mad when you think for yourself and challenge it. Only some of us know what's happening. When the truth gets out, I hope mankind can handle it. 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 I hope mankind can handle it.
gosh.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty deep. I haven't heard that.
You've not heard
I've
that?
not heard that. It's the first time.
That's basic. I mean, Ryan's been around for a while, but that's what sort of like put him onto the truth rap scene in 2020, or maybe it's 21. He really said, I'm not sure. But anyway, listen, we're really, really pleased to have Ryan Sanders join us
decent,
next week. So Ryan, if you're watching right now, can't wait, mate. We'll see you next Friday for New RAS Eve, which is Friday the 30th of December, 9 p.m. GMT. We will be back with Ryan Sanders. Oh yeah. Okay, can't stress enough, guys. I know I always talk about it, but we've still got only 1.7 thousand subscribers on the second channel, which does put out all of our edited material. And Slick Rick has been working hard all year.
Schwabbing it all together.
Schwabbing it all together, cutting out all the good bits. And people are really enjoying it, those who have subscribed. If you haven't, the link is in the description, and it's in like the description on the YouTube station. It's the other channels. It's very easy to find the other Rise Above channel. Make sure you subscribe to it, because in January, when I go to Thailand and I take you guys with me, I will be broadcasting to the second channel, not this one. So to make sure you stay updated, I would just recommend everyone goes and subs to the second channel right now. The link is in the description. It's just called Rise Above. And the episode that's coming out this week is from 80. It was when the Nowhere Brothers came to join us.
That's right.
Now, sadly, since this happened, the Nowhere Brothers have actually disbanded. So a big shout out to Baz and Luke. We do hope you guys can get back together and get on track, because you had a good thing going on there. And if anyone wasn't sure about what their movements were, check our Bite Size, which is coming out. It's actually coming out on Boxing Day, on Monday. I'm going to drop it at like 4 o'clock. And remember, when we drop these episodes in the other channel, we also have the live chat going. So what it means is it's another opportunity for you guys to touch base in the comment section with each other, because it's just like a live show. You can all be you can all be chatting to each other in the comments in the live chat. So it's always worth subbing to the other channel. Thank you very much. Okay, right. The good news is, after last week's shortage of Zero In, which is our favourite nutraceutical product, the good news is we now have it back in stock. Here's the Zero In, Andy PG. Do you want to take
Get that on
some?
the peasant cam.
Yeah, so rootsbrands.com/rise above. Again, the link is in the description. These nutraceuticals keep us going. And thank you to everyone that's purchasing products from Roots Brands, because the kickback basically gets us free products, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Every time we run out, I look in the box, and I managed to get another shipment of these products, and they are absolutely amazing. Keeps your brain firing with all the correct levels of dopamine and serotonin from all the berries and nuts and superfood extracts in these capsules.
All the good shit, basically.
Oh, almost went down the wrong way. Big shout out to the Armis Inquisition podcast. We see you there.
We can assure you there's no crickets or schwabbery in these. Yeah.
What is the ingredients? Do you want to read it out?
Yeah, fucking hell.
No, it's on the back. What's in these capsules?
One sec.
Obviously, I have read this before. I'm just doing this for the benefits of everyone that's tuning in. Here is the link. Thank you very much, Sam Carno. Remember, the Roots brands sell all types of stuff. Detox serums, CBDs, cleanse, focus, relax. Anything that you want to do with hardcore, excellent supplements, you need to get it from these guys.
Okay, here you go. So, velvet bean seed powder, pine bark extract, turmeric root extract, a proprietary blend.
Big shout out to Inspector Veg in the comments. We're going to be hearing from him a little bit later on as well.
L-theanine. What else we got in here?
Basically,
pronounce some of this, man.
This is like the Inspector Veg tablet.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's got some really good shit in there.
Acetyl L-tyrosine. Vitamin D is in there.
Yeah. So we recommend consuming these tablets, definitely. Natural caffeine, okay. Oh, look, there's a picture of Inspector Veg wearing a Rise Above t-shirt and Becky S wearing a Rise Above t-shirt covered in her cat hairs. So although the merch shop is closed now until the first week in January, a massive shout out to everyone, including Matthew from Archaics, who spent like...
You can still buy some merch, guys.
Yeah, you can still buy merch. It's just that it won't be shipped out until early January, first week in January. And we've got loads of new merch.
Got the varsity jackets there.
The varsity jackets are absolutely mint. We've got kids hoodies. We've got the new Rapparel tracksuits. So this is all at www.riseabove.tv/shop.
We've got the hoodie dresses for the ladies or gents if you're that way inclined.
Yeah, listen, we're all inclusive here, and you can wear whatever you want. If you're a guy and you want to wear the hoodie dress, it's basically like a long line hoodie.
Yeah.
Actually quite cool. I put one on the other day. So yeah, this is how you represent and you support Rise Above, and how you actually pump our Above Risian sigil magic out into the realm,
Out into the ether.
It does help at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, right, what are the Satanists doing with their makes, with their
Saturnian Nike tick.
Yeah, but they've got their Saturnian Nike tick, they've got their 3 Nazi stripes or whatever. Right about now, I'm rocking Truth Be Told. You're rocking original.
I'm going
Rise
to the
Above
original
Live.
Rise Above Red.
Do you know what? And watch this.
What's he up to? What's man like Double L doing? Ah, I see.
Prototype. Show it to the camera. This
There we
is
go.
the summer.
Show it on the... Prototype for the summer, guys.
Show it to the camera up
There we go.
So yeah, vests will be available in the new year. I've got one of the prototypes here. I'm going to be testing it out in Thailand. But also, this is a nylon sports jacket. I don't know if you can see that this is a prototype as well. This isn't out yet. And look what's on the back.
Got the rabbit.
Yeah. Big shout to our guys.
We've got a lot of merch, man.
We have got a lot of merch. Hey, I've got a lot
guys. We've got
more.
mugs and shit as well, stickers.
Yeah, we are going to be giving away a lot of merch. In any minute now, we're going to hear from JD, who's going to call me up on the phone. And we're actually going to be giving away some of his merch, including his pendant, all basically celebrating and bigging up his new album, which is out.
There's about 50 hours of music on there, guys. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's an amazing giveaway.
The full spectrum of JD.
Full spectrum of JD. Let's get some of these lovely cameras back. Okay. So we were talking about merch, as we normally do. Okay, do you remember like last week when we had
we
this,
received this right at the end.
yeah, this imposter turn up last week, when we had like all of the record viewing figures off the back of Archaic show. This Rise Above imposter.
Can we
turned
blow that up? Blow up the meme. We do
Yeah.
that?
Okay, yeah. I'll make it bigger here. So the guy's got the same beard as me. It's not quite as good. Roughly the same hair. He's got a name like Avi Yemeni, and he's got a show called Rise Above. And this
Sounds whoish.
It does sound hooish.
Avi.
It turns up right at the moment where people might have been googling Rise Above after we had a bit of hype a couple of weeks ago.
That's right.
I'm sure this is put out as a like what's the word? A decoy. So here on the right hand side, oh, there's JD. All right, brother. On the right hand side, obviously we've got the meme with this guy looking in the mirror, looking at the face of the general, saying, "Yeah, loves lowercase toothpaste." No, wait a minute. Lowercase L loves toothpaste. Again, you got to watch this show and keep up with these jokes, otherwise you've probably got no idea what we're talking about. Right, let's say hello. He looks like he's ready, and I hope the audio's good. Let's say hello to our brother in arms, Mr. JD.
What's happening, guys?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother.
Certainly can, brother. Certainly can.
Sweet, sweet.
Okay, so mate, lots going on with you at the moment, right? Oh yeah, by the way, Merry ChRAstmas, bro.
Yeah, Merry ChRAstmas.
There's a more.
Oh,
There
is that
she
a
is.
more? I haven't seen her yet. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she just ripped my leg to pieces.
She's
Little
got sharp
bastard.
claws.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so JD, a lot is going on with you at the moment. Tell us what you've got going on.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm trying to. I've just got the website going, officialtruthbetold.com, which has been the main place that I've released my album. So, for those of you that want to check that out, go and check it out. Officialtruthbetold.com. There's a lot of merch on there. T-shirts. I'm bringing a new T-shirt out very soon. I was going to do it tonight, but I ran out of time because it's just been absolute mayhem. These hoodies are on there. My Organite Ankh jewelry is on there. I'm also trying to acquire this land so we can get some Rise Above vegetables flying about the country.
That sounds good.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot. I'm busy. I'm running youth clubs in the hood in Derby as well at the same time. So I'm busy. And I'm also editing documentary for the off-grid stuff as well whilst I'm on my journeys.
Yeah, and as we've been discussing, I've been helping you a little bit out with your
A lot,
venture
mate.
into like trying to record everything because
A lot,
you've
mate.
got a lot.
Honestly, I could have spent hours and hours and thousands of pounds that I haven't got working it all out if it wasn't for Double L. So big up yourself and
Mate,
thank you
listen,
for that.
it's my pleasure if I can do it. You know, I've been on this like audio visual journey for a little while now. Like I said to you, mate, I've made the mistakes, I've wasted the money, I've wasted the time on the wrong thing. So if there's anything I can pass on to you guys or anyone else under the RA umbrella to help you out and start documenting the amazing work you're doing, this is the most important thing, because you are doing amazing work, Jay. And like we've discussed before, the main thing is to get that documented, get it recorded, get it out there so everyone can see it, and, you know, basically set the example.
Yeah, man, and respect.
No, mate, it's massively due. So we've been doing a competition over the last week based around your new album, and it's called The Journey Within, right? Tell us a little bit about the album.
Yeah, so I guess I got a bit frustrated with the whole revolution that I was trying to help kick off, and everyone wanted to just march around London on a sightseeing tour, and loads of controlled opposition running all of the marches and things like that. And I'm like asking myself, how actually can we make a difference during this? And the fact of it is that we can only make a difference if we can make a difference within ourselves first. So it's been a bit of a journey for all of us. Anyone that's been anywhere in the world in the last 2 years has gone through something. And I think we've all evolved massively. So this was kind of like my journey from front line of the marchers to kind of trying to lead the way of how do we actually get out of this scenario and take back autonomy of our minds, bodies and spirits. And this is kind of my personal journey of trying to work that out for myself, I guess, and hopefully other people can find the way through analysing what I'm talking about. Also, big up Ryan Sanders. Obviously, you guys who are watching right now have just seen what Ryan Sanders can do. Check out the album, because Ryan Sanders drops a fire verse on there on Search Inside, track number 9, I believe. Jeez!
Yeah.
Man.
I'm really looking forward to properly giving the album a listen to, because, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some absolute gems on there. You've just recently made a video, which we are going to play in a minute. What we'll do is we'll chat for a few more minutes more. We'll play this video, and then afterwards we'll announce the winner to the competition. So what's the name of the track you've done the video for?
Well, I've done for 2, so there's No Stress and there's The Journey. So
we've got the journey. Yeah, we've got The Journey to play at the moment.
That's the second one that I shot, second one that I ever edited, and it's not terrible.
Is this what you shot on the GoPro since I've been giving you a few tips?
So this
mate, it looks really clean, mate. I've got to say, it looks really nice.
Yeah. This was shot on the GoPro as recommended by yourself, and edited on the software that you also recommended, and with a few annoying JD voice notes in your inbox, like, yo, how do you make this flash? How do you do this? How do you do that?
It's never annoying, mate. Don't ever worry. Don't worry.
But yeah, man.
Okay. So
I've got to say, JD, mate, my favourite tune of yours is still King Charles.
Mate, and I need to apologise that I never got round to recording the Jimmy Savile verse, mate. But I've had so much going on with. Bro, do you know what?
Still time.
There is still time, mate. My big New Year's.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
My New Year's resolution next year is to concentrate more on music, because one thing I have totally put by the wayside since Rise Above has started is actually recording, you know, my own music. And you know how it is, Jay. It's like, you know, getting in the studio. You know, first of all, you've got to write it, then you've got to get the instrumentals together, then it's getting in the studio. There's a lot to put together when it comes to recording. So yeah, it's something.
Well, while you're on that, actually, I'll put out a little challenge to anybody, any MCs or singers out there that speak truth. Okay, the track with Ryan Sanders called "Search Inside," I've left a nice empty bit of beat at the end. So if people want to give it their best shot, like winner gets the remix. Email to officialtruthbetold1@gmail.com. Let's see what you've got.
Ah, interesting. All right. Well, I might have a little go on that as well because I've already said to Omen next year we need to get in and start recording more because
It has been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
You know, with RAS Treat and everything this year, obviously we're constantly upgrading the studio. We're constantly trying to move forward with Rise Above, as you are with Truth Be Told, Jay. You know what it's like. It's one of those things. Right, so I must say, with this competition, right, I feel you have been particularly generous. Tell everyone what's up for grabs in just a moment when we announce the winner.
If I can even remember.
All right, I'll put it on the screen here. So, first of all, we've got, where is it? A gigabyte of JD music on an USB stick. So what are they going to get on the USB?
So on one USB stick, there will be 9 albums. That's a gigabyte of MP3s. I literally had to go through some of the albums and delete the tracks that I didn't like because they wouldn't fit on the gigabyte. So that one's absolutely rammed. And then on another one, you have the new album on there as well.
So 10 albums in total. Let's be real. That's a lot of music
Who
to
the
give
fuck
away.
gives away 10 albums?
This guy does. Also, they're going to get a Truth Be Told T-shirt. Is that right?
Yeah.
As modelled by myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the camera's around the wrong way. Truth Be Told. All right. What else is in this bundle?
You've got a Orgonite Ankh made by myself, so that's copper resin crystals of your choice of colours. I'll make it fresh for you. All you gotta do to the winner is holler me on Facebook or whatever, and we can make that happen.
Yeah. So just to recap, 10 albums, T-shirt, and a handmade onk as well.
Handmade by JD himself.
Yeah, like that. You know, that's a wicked prize. Let's be real. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to play the video of The Journey, which is off the upcoming album, and we're actually going to give everyone the very last chance to enter the competition. And if anyone's unsure how to enter the competition, the description, actually the description's in last week's show. You need to let me just put it up here. Subscribe to Truth Be basically. All right, last entries. If you subscribe to Truth Be Told, take a screenshot of it and share one of the videos. Email me at riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. So you subscribe to Truth Be Told, share one of the videos, take a screenshot and email it to me. You've got like 3 or 4 minutes to do it if you want the last chance to win this amazing prize. Okay, and email me at riseabove with the evidence that you have done the subscription and the share. Can't really say fairer than that, can we, Jay? Last chance for people to enter.
Yeah, man.
Okay, all right. So in the meantime, what we're going to do now is going to play the new tune. This is The Journey featuring Anima Mana and Michael Black. Shot on JD's all-new setup. That's taken some advice from me. So let's see how it looks and sounds. This is JD with The Journey. The Journey.
Hear the words when they sit, observe me, it don't concern me. Won't sit and wait for my destiny when it opens early. I don't regret all that hopelessness where the cold could hurt me. It made me strong as I right my wrongs on the road I'm learning. My ancestors give mad protection from those that curse me, so I invest and I honor them with my chosen wording. I like the sage with the mic on stage, so I know they heard me. I'm meditating in a mindful state and they won't desert me. I left that place to recalibrate cause my growth was dirty. Still I'm blooming from the concrete, made it over 30. I'm so determined, I wrote the verdict, approach the surface and grow, emerging from open curtains with a whole new version. And if I trip, I'm gonna close my grip, gonna hold on firmly. I'm bouncing back like a throwing Kirby to show you mercy. Don't throw no shade cause you know we're 30 big goals we're working, but a birdie told me ain't the destination, it's the journey.
Don't you forget to respect the journey.
Respect it.
All the ups and the downs upon the road.
All the ups and the downs, come on,
Just another step in my journey.
Just another step.
With some and some, I'm still gonna grow.
We're still gonna grow. No GPS RAS, just a TDI. When I leave this mess, I hit the road like a rolling stone to relieve the stress. Enough say they love me, they know I got it to be the best. But that's the problem in crossing morals to meet the test. Sativa zest up in my lungs, enhancing all creation. One conversation can change your station for maturation. So that's the key, it's imagination and meditation. Give thanks in some salutations and all relations. With all the patience, yet striving for it with every breath. Manifest even when we rest, not scared of death. See, I am everything, that means that I'll be never less. If 7 serpents try to sneak me, there'll be 7 severed heads. I slay all demons and start the party, we bring the vibes. We live in life and respecting all that we're given, right? From source I've been advised, by psilocybe I've been aligned. I choose my own direction whilst I'm walking with my spirit guides.
Don't you forget to respect the journey.
The journey goes on.
All the ups and the downs upon the road.
Just another one and another one.
Just another step in on my journey.
I keep it stepping like
With some and some, but we're still gonna grow.
I'm still gonna grow.
I've been searching through the darkness, shine my light, tryna find my way. I've given love and I've been heartless, shadow working at the lines of day. I've been the marksman, I've been the target, still survive, so it's fine by me. Through the hardships, still we marching. No matter what, my brother, I am free.
What you sow, girl, we're gonna harvest. I got no time for the timeline, B. Let's be honest, I gotta start this. Show the people how to rise like we.
To see the treasure, stop looking at the garbage. Clean it up and then your eyes might see. Meditate, calm, listen to the forest. Let's take a journey through your mind's eye, breathe. Don't you forget to respect the journey. All the ups and the downs upon the road. Just another step in my journey. Just another step. With some and some, but we're still gonna grow. We're still gonna grow.
Don't make it music.
JD can sing.
Awesome. Mate, what a lovely, soulful track. I've got
Mate,
to
it's
say,
very melodic.
even with that being shown through Restream, that looked absolutely crisp. Was that recorded in 4K?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Mate, I think that GoPro was the right choice. That looked mint.
It was. It definitely was. I've dropped it a few times as well, and it survived. So yeah, good
That's
shout.
a good thing about GoPros, mate. If you can't get one of those SLRs and drop those, that's game over.
Mate, I've lost 3 GoPros over the years snowboarding.
Oh yeah, but you do like extreme sports. We just do extreme rapping. Come on, no mate, that was amazing. Right, so yeah, a brilliant track there.
People loving that in the comments.
Big shout out to everyone tuned in. It's Rise Above.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Okay, so I just checked the emails. Oh,
Someone said, "Where was that recorded?" In my caravan.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
He's not going to tell you where it's recorded. He's going to give away one of his mushroom spots.
we did get a couple of entries. Fair play to the people that entered. We had 2 more entries while that was going on. Now, JD, you've got the winner that I've literally just messaged you, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay, now, but just before you call them out, obviously we don't have their name. We've just got their screen name, and part of the original ask was for them to write what they had learned, either from watching Rise Above or listening to your music. So once you've announced the name, I will also read out their little monologue here. I'll press just before you announce the winner, I'll press some random button, see what this does.
Don't believe me?
So the winner of the JD comp is
Sire from Noble Throne. Now, funnily enough, I know who this guy is. He's a hip hop legend from Derby, actually, from
Oh, wow,
from
okay.
where I
That's it.
grew
It's
up.
got to be rigged. It's rigged.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
The reason
that-
he won is because of what he wrote. Shall I read out what he wrote in?
Yeah, man, let's hear it.
Okay. Sire says, "You're doing great works, JD. Keep it up. What have I learned? Okay. So I believe we can't systematically take down the system through protest, etc. This can only hinder the process. Sire also says the system has to be stopped by fixing the system that has been built inside us by them over hundreds of years and more." 100% agree. We talked about that a lot on the show. Boom. This is why he won the comp, right? He also says, we built the system. We built the outside system that we need to change. We did that using the software that they installed in us. People find this difficult to get their head around and can address because people struggle to accept responsibility or do work on themselves to change. This is the matrix we built with their software, and we don't even know because everything we have learned is a lie and has to be done intentionally for us to serve them. This is deep. He's got it. The anarchy to fix this, we have to unplug and start to go back to truth, which is deep and within all of us. It is that voice people call a conscience, or the voice of God. The born knowing the light, the truth is known and not learned. And for all of us to change, all of this and this place, it all needs to go. We have to strip away all the layers, go deep through meditation, through the astral, through diet. We need to get rid of all the shit, and we need to get in contact with our higher being. And as we change, they will lose control, and none of it will work.
Word.
That is, word.
Gosh.
So that is why we chose Sire to win the comp. So congratulations to Sire of Noble Throne Media. You've won 10 albums of JD, Truth Be Told t-shirt, and the Onk.
I mean, he has just hit the nail on the fucking head. That.
This was, as soon as I read that, had to be. Yeah, smashed it. Congratulations, Sire. Rise above.
Rise above, generate, rise above,
Rise above.
extinguish fear, rise above.
So, JD, what's next for you in 2023?
Well, I've already got 2 parts of my Gorilla Off Grid documentaries that will be dropping on youtube.com/@official truth be told 1. So I've got a lot of editing to do. I've also got to go out and live more of these off-grid journeys and record them. I also, in January, I'm thinking, bun this city. I need to get out of here for a bit. So I'm going to hook up the caravan, go down south. I'm going to link up with Ryan Sanders and film for the track that we've done together, which we've also got some Rise Above family members that are going to be doing some amazing things on that video, which is going to make it even better than the truth hard hitting Elite destroying lyrical genius of Ryan Sanders. So we've got that one to do. I've got a lot of linking and planning with a lot of people all across the country. So we've got Drax MC, who's on the first track. You may know him from the DMB world as well. He's doing he's got Project Abundance in Northampton, or fuck knows, wherever he is. But I need to go up there and check him because we plan to collaborate with stuff like that. I also still need to acquire this land. I nearly got it, and then some goalposts got moved, so the journey continues. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll hear a lot from me.
Well, listen, mate. When you come down south, if you can come as far south as you can be, come and stop by us.
Yeah,
maybe
man, come to the
maybe
studio.
we'll record
Yeah,
a little freestyle or something. We just need to keep
Yeah, man.
building, essentially. As long as we
100.
keep moving forward together as a collective, keep building. I think
Yeah,
that's
man.
that's the main priority for 2023. We've built up a lot of strong foundations this year. You know, all with our individual movements, whether it's yourself, us lot, Terra, Veg, who's going to be talking to us in a minute, Ryan Sanders, like you say, everyone is putting the work in. And I think next year it's all about consolidating and building on this strong foundation that we've created in 2022.
For real.
So yeah, Jay, mate, thank you very much once again. You've got the sire's details to send him the thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
okay.
I'll sort that.
All right, congratulations to Sire at Noble Media for winning the JD competition. Right. And JD, mate, we'll speak to you again soon. Rise above, brother.
Rise above, truth be told. Peace.
Rise above, generate. Rise above, distinguish fear. Rise above, abstract.
Is that
I think so.
Yeah, well I said that you can call us in on that, or you can call in on the phone. So Veg, if you want to call me on my phone or call in on the Skype, it's up to you. Let us know. Okay, so it's Rise Above, it's Friday night, it is ChRAstomer Services, Midnight RAS. Midnight
so much raw.
Oh mate, we can squeeze a bit more raw out of that. Okay, let's get back to sharing the screen. We'll get rid of the emails because we will go through some emails later on. We'll just get this. There we go. Right. Oh yeah, I need to say thank you to Johnny Fogg. Right, Johnny Fogg, our newest memetician. He sent us this amazing Christmas card, right, handmade Christmas card, and here it is. I'll show you inside. He sent us 20 quid for refreshments for the show. So
that's very kind.
It is very kind. I said, listen, the memes are enough, mate. Thank you very much, Johnny. I have purchased
veg in the house.
Veg in the house. 1 2 1 2. Inspector Veg, welcome.
Yo, on the Skype.
Yeah, you're on the Skype. We can hear you on the show, mate. How you doing? Welcome to Rise Above, brother.
What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, it's all good. Merry ChRAstmas, bro.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas.
Do you celebrate Christmas, Veg?
I don't do it. Usually, I stop eating on the 21st because that's when the sun's at its lowest point, and then I usually break the fast on the 25th.
Ah, see, the man knows. The man knows.
Oh, you do Fastmas.
Yeah. That's how the indigenous people always did it. They always stopped eating on the 21st, and then I break the fast for something really light on the 25th.
Right. Okay. So you actually do a little fasting ceremony over the winter solstice, right?
And I'm always on my own, but it's only because of my own girlfriend and she's yo.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You
clear,
just need to turn the stream off. Mate, you're live with us. We just can't see you. That's all. We can hear. Everyone can hear you. If you turn the stream off, then there won't be any feedback.
Yeah, I'll turn it off.
Just treat it like a phone call.
Oh, wicked. Yeah, so basically every year, where this, I stop because the sun's at its lowest point on the 21st. I always stop eating, then I break the fast on the 25th with something light, and I just always feel amazing, man. I'm on my own, but this year I'm with my girlfriend, a sister, and the family around. They're going to be doing something slightly different, so we've had a bit of a fallout over that.
Oh, what? Because you wanted to do your own thing. And you've got misses and family commitments, and you've got to do like the dinner and everything. Is causing a conflict.
Yeah, and it's a bit of inebriated, or people are going to be on a different frequency. And if I did it, I think I'd be too sensitive around like everyone else when they're doing what they're doing, because that's just the one. And usually I'm in bliss on the 23rd and the 24th and the 25th, because there's a particular type of energy that's floating around. But obviously it's been inverted, so they want us to be inebriated, having sugars and stuff like that. So we're not in tune with what we're actually supposed to be doing, because if we was all doing that, we could bring in the energy we needed with the meditation and the fasting, and then we could bring that to the collective. But obviously that's all been lost.
So what you're saying is, if for anyone that doesn't know, basically, you're not on board with drinking alcohol at all, aren't you? Because you say that it's a lower vibrational behaviour. It attracts hitchhikers, like you say. So what you're basically saying is you would find it difficult to be in a classic Christmas setting because of the things that people are consuming casually around the Christmas table: wine, beer, saturated sugar foods, etc. Right?
All complex sugars, beer, stimulants, all that type of stuff. Because obviously alcohol is a tool that's been used to suppress human consciousness for centuries, and it pulls minerals out of the body, lowers the quickest way to lower the vibration and hitchhike. You open yourself up to certain hitchhikers when you're consuming these things, even things like sugar and stuff like that. I mean, alcohol open you up to hitchhikers, but when you consume things like sugar, you make yourself a vibrational match for any hitchhikers or entities that can come into the body and inhabit the body. So yeah, man.
Right. So this has caused a conflict in Veg House at Christmas. Like, so what are you going to do? Are you going to bite the bullet and sit at the Babylon consumption table, or what, Veg?
I'm gonna sit at the Babylon consumption table.
You're
and
gonna
just try
bite the
and keep
bullet
it.
for the family. You're gonna do the right thing to keep the peace, right?
I'm going to have to try and keep the peace, but I wanted to. The thing is, that's why through the purification, a lot of the fasting I was doing, like people were more like connecting with other people, but sometimes we connected with ourselves, like through the fasting, and we can really shift it because, like I said before, the truth of who we are is bigger than all of this. You'll get to a
we lost
look
Veg.
at that! Just when Veg is going deep, did Skype
We'll get him back.
actually
Skype
completely
just
cut
turned
out?
itself off, man.
Wow. It doesn't like Inspector Veg. It doesn't like Inspector Veg at all. Oh, that's the thing. Veg doesn't even phone up with any any sort of niceties.
Veg, just call back.
Yeah,
Fuck it, I'll call him.
Yeah, just call Veg back. It's so funny. It's like, yeah, lower vibrational frequencies around the winter solstice. He goes straight in for the kill. Direct rabbit pate.
Hitchhikers, entities.
The hitchhikers, cars, come on. I love Inspector Veg. Let's get this guy back. Yeah, and obviously I'm being a hypocrite here. I'm entertaining Veg's point of view while I'm sipping on this can of cider. Listen,
smoking a blunt.
Smoking a blunt. I think, did Veg get taken out by a vegetable-seeking missile or something?
Veg, if you're listening, man, call us back.
Just call me on the phone, Veg. You've got my number. You got my number.
Yeah, it goes directly into the Queef Master Pro.
Yeah, listen, the phone, the tablet, everything's linked up to the Queef Master Pro. So I just need to get back to Johnny Fox's Christmas card a moment again. And Inner Guardians, if you are watching, I sent this to Lee. He was like, oh my God, what is this? Who that says alcohol with some bad energy?
Shout out to Master Lee. Sent me a nice message the other day, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did anyone watch Inner Guardians live last night, the Triad of Control?
Oh, did it, mate? I was busy last night.
I didn't have a chance. I need to catch up on it. So, yeah, listen, we'll be having Inner Guardians back in the new year, but don't
He's a busy man, guys.
Don't miss out on his channel because now he's putting the time into his own channel. So you're going to see some really focused material coming out. So don't sleep on the Inner Guardians channel. Make sure everybody subscribes. Okay.
What have we got here? 204 people tuning in. We got Veg back.
Inspector Veg is back. Excellent. Welcome back to Rise Above.
Yeah, what's happening, bruv?
Basically, you started dropping the bomb and our Skype completely crashed, mate. That's never happened before.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm always promoting the food thing, because think about it. When you're on the fruits, you're on the herbs, and you're on the salad, and you're eating organic, whole food, electric food, and you're on a high frequency, these lower dimensional entities can't attach themselves to us and express themselves through us. So that's the thing, is the reason why they got us with the trauma. That's why, if you're listening right now, set a reminder, www.alchemyofbreath.com on a Sunday, www.alchemyofbreath.com on a Sunday, and there's a free breathwork session at 9:30, and there's a free breathwork session at 5:30, and there's something called Breathe the World, and there's an amazing guy called Anthony and his wife that have been doing breathwork for a long time, because the only reason they're farming us is because all our actions and decisions are based around trying to avoid pain. The food is because we don't want to feel the pain. But if we can go towards the pain and surrender to the pain, they won't be able to farm us anymore. Yeah.
So what you're saying is basically we have to stare the boogeyman directly in the face and say, we are not scared of you.
Go straight go towards, because we're always in the mind, and we've developed 1,000 ways of getting away from the pain. Some use food, some use alcohol, some use chips. People use cooked food. People use sex. People use the internet. Me, I'll probably use philosophy,
social media,
and books, and information, and social media, and I'm always thinking about certain things because I don't want to feel the pain. But the pain inside us is telling us if you go into it, you will die. But that is a lie. If we go towards the pain, then they won't be able to farm us anymore. And that's what we need to do, is go towards the pain. And on a Sunday, on www.alchemy, that's why I'm always promoting this on my social media, to do the breath work, and people cry their eyes out all the time. A few people, but a lot of people, they want to hear me rap against COVID-19. They want to hear me talk about food. But when I'm telling how many people actually go and do the breath work, not many people do it.
We've been talking about breath work on this show since day one, Veg. We've had Toroidal Dynamics on. We've been talking about the importance of breath work since day one. I think out of our audience, you might be surprised how many people are already partaking in it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, but on Sunday, I always promote it a lot on Saturday, and all throughout the week, every Saturday. And some people that do it, they message me, goes, oh my God, I've never experienced myself like that. They say, oh, now I don't understand why I'm talking to my kids like that. And yeah, a lot of it is learned behavior and stuff like that. And if we can go into the breath work, we can uncover these things, because it's like I was realizing some what I was experiencing recently, like some people's dad beat them and then they beat their kids, or my parents made me feel they made me feel abandoned, and they made me feel like they let me down. So I'll be with my ex-girlfriend and I'll let her down, even my girlfriend I'm with now, I'll let her down in certain ways because that's how I feel. I feel like my parents weren't there for me, and when I was 15, 16, I was walking around robbing people, hating my parents to give me life, so I felt let down. So now I make my girlfriend feel like that now to this very day. So there's things that we're harboring and patterns that just keep, the cycle just keeps continuing unless we use the breath work and we go into these things and resolve these things.
Wow.
Well, there you have it. There you have it.
You're all about self-healing, Veg. Heal yourself before you attempt to do anything out in the world, right?
100%. And it's more like, I just come back from Vietnam. I've got a video called Get That Health coming out soon, with a video that I shot in Vietnam. And I live with the monks at like a month ago. I was in Vietnam. I went to live with the monks in the mountains, and we was meditating for 3 hours a day, and from 3 to 4:30 and from 7:30 to 9, and we was doing that every day. And was doing, when the meditation ended and we went on to the labor, I was still meditation, because it was dynamic meditation. It was like picking up the leaves, but it was being fully present and then coming in the mind and then coming out of the mind. So that's not just a still meditation, that's dynamic meditation, inner silence. So that was a great experience. I was at the dinner table, my face was just pure covered in tears, my whole face, when they was all singing the chants and they were singing the songs before the dinner, and my whole face was covered in tears.
Mate, I had a very similar experience. As everyone knows, yeah, I've got a real affinity with Thailand, right? And my pendant here, this monk, Luang Por Thort, is a very famous monk. He's hundreds of years old. But anyway, when I sat and I got this, the way that I got it was having a very similar experience. It was in a temple in Phuket, in Chalong Temple, the Golden Temple, where there's actually allegedly a piece of the Buddha's bone there. And I went there and I sat in front of a monk. He was sat in the lotus position. I sat in front of him, and we both. I write about it in my bars. We talked for days, but no words were spoken. It wasn't days; it was hours. But I sat there with him, and I had a very powerful spiritual experience. And we didn't speak a single word to each other, although I could communicate to him in Thai if I wanted to. We didn't say anything, and I was meditating there with him. And he saw me crying, like, you know, tears coming down my face as I was sat there with my eyes closed. And at the end, he took my hand and he put something in my hand, and it was this. It was this thing here. After that, I found out that this is a couple of 100 years old. It's quite a rare artifact, and it's quite special. So I know what this feels like, Veg. I've had a real moving, semi-religious experience, sat with a Buddhist monk. And it sounds very similar to what you've experienced, mate.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. I've been reading some stuff from Yogananda. What does he say? The senses lie, however, where is it? Different increase. The ears are tuned only to a certain rate of vibration. The highest and lowest sounds your ears cannot catch. If the power of your hearing were sufficiently increased, you would hear the magnificent sound that the universe is making as it rolls along through space. Everything is in motion, and that motion is accompanied by sound. Nothing is at rest except that transcendental sphere of spirit where there is no vibration.
Whoa, boom.
Deep, man. Gosh.
That's the only thing that's at rest. So how are we going to be at rest if we never go to that transcendental sphere within inside ourselves where there is no vibration? It's like, I've been doing some reading and stuff like that, and it's like, it's all theoretical. Like, we talk a lot of information, but it's like, even me, the talk that I talk, it sounds good, but it's unsupported by a spiritual realization, by a spiritual attainment. So what I'm saying is just words. But when we can get to the level where I can meditate, and for so long that my words are then supported by my spiritual attainment, by my spiritual realization, and we can talk about the Buddha, what the Buddha did, or what Jesus did, or what Ramana Maharshi did, or what Sri Paramahansa Yogananda did, but is it supported by the spiritual? Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I want to get to.
Wow.
This is deep, man.
No, listen, tonight was like, Veg called up for a nice casual ChRAstmas chat, and he's like, boom, pow, straight to the kisser.
Are you ready for another one?
Go on.
Look, check this one. The visible man is of little importance. The invisible self or soul is of utmost importance. During sleep, you are unaware of the visible man, but you are aware of yourself. For when you wake up, you know whether you slept well or poorly. Therefore, your invisible self is real. take away your outer visibility is meanings. Take that away, and your outer visibility is meaningless. Without the invisible self, the body would be worthless as a corpse.
Ooh.
Worthless, guys.
Worthless as a corpse.
And this is this other line. In deep meditation, you penetrate the darkness behind. In deep meditation, you penetrate the darkness behind closed eyes. You behold the light from which all creation emerges.
Wow. How long were you in Vietnam for? How long you spent there?
I was out there for about a month and a week. I did a music video coming out soon, but I was just with the monks for like over 10 days.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it sounds awesome, mate. I'm lucky enough to be going to northern Thailand with the missus in January for about 3 weeks, and we're going to be going to all of the proper deep off hidden places, or and to find the temples and that kind of stuff. All places in Thailand I haven't been before, and we're backpacking as well. And by the way, I'm taking all you guys with me. I'm going to be posting videos every day. So yeah, Veg, I want to carry on your pilgrimage. Sounds like you went on a proper pilgrimage, mate.
It does. And the thing is, it's so beautiful to be out there. But I heard that the monks some of them were in Thailand. The monks are more hardcore there, because I went in the mountains. There was a couple laymen and that out there. Like, some people were just messing around, like younger people. They weren't taking it serious, and they won't get ordained as monks, and they'll get sent back to society. But I was saying to the monks, like, Em lat, be quiet. Dung ho. Look at the clock, because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're already talking, and I'm in a pure state of bliss, and they keep talking all the time. Like, this is a joke. It's a joke. Like, this is a joke. What you guys are doing. I keep writing on my phone, Google Translation. Can you tell all these people to shut up, please? And some of them weren't taking it. Some of them weren't taking it seriously, but there was a few guys that was sitting by the door, sleeping by the door, that wouldn't come over next to the people that are talking. I know they're the people that will be ordained. But there was one monk that used to drive me into the town centre to get coconuts and loads of fruit. And we used to be in bliss. I used to sit there with him, and we didn't even talk once. Like, and he was one of my little homies out there. But yeah, I would advise people, because we share the desires with the people that we hang around. So we're always with people that want to get inebriated, that want sugar, that are filled with loads of desires, like the programming, like what you guys said earlier. But if to put yourself around holy people, then you'll share their desires, and you'll get to experience another side of the coin, because you've only experienced people in Babylon that have been programmed in a certain way. So they're always trying to escape themselves.
And do you know what you said?
With holy people,
what you said there, Veg, is very interesting, right? Because I know Thai people. I've spent a lot of time around Thai people. I speak Thai. I lived there for over a year. And what I found was, when young Thai people had gone off the rails, whether it was gambling, drinking, drugs, philandering, they would often go to the temple, but not just the way that people in this part of the world go to church. They'd actually go to the temple to actually sort themselves out, maybe spend some time at the temple,
like a kind of rehab.
Yeah, like a spiritual rehab. Which I always found very interesting, and at that time I was much more materialistic and not really so much in tune with this kind of stuff. This was back in maybe 2010 when I first went there, when I was still sort of in Babylon consumer mode, and I'd only really dipped my toes in this stuff. By the time I'd left Thailand, it was a different story. But yeah, I always noticed that they seem to, you would use the Buddhist temple as a spiritual rehab. To spend time around the monks, to spend time in front of the Buddha, to try and cleanse themselves.
Yeah, you become like the people. You become like the people you hang around with. So when you're spending time, like me, being around people that are just meditating for 3 hours a day, being silenced, not being around drinking, not being around most of them people transcending lust and stuff like that. It's just good to be around people like that. And it's beautiful. And I was there just after the meditation had finished at 4:30, and then the labour started at 5 in the morning, and I was just picking up leaves, and my whole mind was just dedicated to a thought would come into mind, it would come out again. A thought would come into mind, and in the end I was picking up leaves, and I lost the idea. There was no mental activity in the end, and I was just picking up leaves, and I could stay here and just meditate 3 hours a day and just pick up leaves forever.
Yeah. Hey mate, I remember. I remember when in 2011 we were sat in this little Rasta commune where we stayed there for a couple of days, and they allowed us to take some of their mushrooms. and and this was out in the jungle, and there were little families just living in these very basic sort of circular bungalows that just had, you know, one electric hookup, one tap, one toilet in there. And we sort of looked around, and there were little kids there, and I was like, imagine if you grew up here with...
It'd be completely different, man.
There was no TV or nothing, you know, you had to get on a motorbike to go 10 miles down into the town or whatever. But, you know, if you'd grown up there, you wouldn't actually have any idea about Babylon, about all the negative influences, which in this case were only 10 miles away in a small town. You know, they just about had electric and running water there. And I just thought, you know, it's that easy just to disconnect, just to like you say, go back to basics, Veg, to look at the world around you, the physical world, and start to appreciate, whether it's brushing some leaves, whether it's picking some fruit, whatever it is. And you know, that was sort of my first taste of all this when I'd really first stepped out of the Babylon frequency in this Southeast Asian paradise as I saw it back then. You know, and I'm not going to lie, I was only 10 miles away from a 7-Eleven. But
yeah,
it was still, and anyone that knows Thailand, in some places you can look in either direction, you can see 2 7-Elevens and 2 Family Marts. Many Thai people are like, oh, it's, you know, been sold to America, as many places in that part of the world have. But there's still a lot of magic to be found there, and that's why I'm very excited to take you guys with me.
There's 100% some legitimacy here to what Veg is saying. Like, if you will start to become like who you hang around with,
absolutely,
and spend your time with.
Well, it's that old analogy. It's like the fruit bowl. If you put one piece of rotten fruit in the fruit bowl, starts to make every other rotten piece of fruit around it go rotten as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's exactly the same. You know, you do absorb those which emit and radiate around you, of course.
That's what one of the monks said to me. He called it the law of proximity.
Right.
The law of proximity. He said that one of the people that you hang around with, you will become like. Because like,
energy is contagious, mate. Energy is contagious.
And it's like people like, oh, this person's my friend and that person's my friend. But then that's what, because I'm doing retreats at my place here. I realised that some people are just giving you alcohol, they're giving you zoots all the time, they're giving you processed food. And if you look, sometimes we call people friends, but it's not really supporting, their friendship is not really supporting our well-being and our growth. So it's hard, because the thing is, it all comes down to spending time alone, and nobody wants to feel alone. But if you choose a low vibration lifestyle, you always have an army with you. But if you choose a high frequency lifestyle and you choose the correct path, then it may become lonely for a while. But eventually you will gravitate to someone, friends, that will be real friends. But you have to step back for a while to build yourself up, and then you'll just meet someone one day, and then you will get a feeling. You'll think, yeah, this person's my friend, because they've been doing the same thing. And you will find friends, but you'll just find different friends. But you just have to confront that loneliness for a little while.
100%, mate. 100%. They call it the dark night of the soul.
Yeah. It's a challenging one, but lucky that we're like grateful for what you guys are doing now. That people are waking up, and all of the funny things that they've done, they've been doing in the last year. It's made us realise that there's something's not right, and I guess that's the start really of it all.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this on the show many a time. Like, I don't think we're going to see the actual takedown of Babylon in our lifetime. But like you said, this is the start of it.
Yeah, it's a reflection. I think Babylon is a reflection of the pain, what's going on inside us. And you see what's going on in our internal wars, the amount of chaos there. And like the parasites as well. I was saying, like it's a reflection of the worms, and now we're being colonized by parasites on the inside, and then we're being colonized by the governments on the outside. Because think about it, if we all cleaned our intestines and we had clean intestines and there weren't so many parasites, all these companies on the outside wouldn't be able to thrive, would they? Because we know, as the Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, McDonald's, Burger King, Nestle, all these other companies would just disappear. But we keep feeding worms, and then they keep laying eggs and shitting inside the plaque and stuff like that. So we're not really addressing the GI tracts first. I think would be one of the first starts.
On a more fun note, though, have you listened to My Bad Sister's new single?
Yeah, My Bad Sister's new single as well.
Oh, shout out. Is that Silver?
Hello, My Bad Sister.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. He's on my phone, on my Skype, on my blower.
He's on your blower, is he? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I've got sis downstairs, just preparing the house for Christmas.
All right.
Because much Christopher's dismay, my family are coming over, and they've stocked up on loads of wine.
I've already heard about this massive dilemma that Veg is facing.
We've heard there's some tension in the household over the period of Christmas.
He's obviously going to have to brave like Christmas hitchhiker's guide to his metaphysical galaxy with all that wine going around. He's got to be careful.
I'm saging, left, right, and centre.
And that's why we're having.
I'm praying as well. I'm praying.
We're having a huge
I'm on the
disagreement because it's like if on the 21st the sun's at its lowest point, and the indigenous people would stop eating fast and break it on the 25th. I'm not allowed to be in tune with the biorhythms and feel that internal joy that I've got now because other people are subscribing to something different. So now, what I should be prioritizing on, which is good, and is being done over by tradition, and I don't think really that's fair, but I guess it is what it is. What's your opinion on the whole situation about it? Go on. We need to rise above thing now because I've heard my side and your side. What do you guys think?
I'll tell you, Reg. Right, I've done a lot of research into the period of Christmas, right? So all it is exactly the same as everything. It's just been fucking inverted to us, to the peasantry. And like you said, the sun's at the furthest point away from the earth on the 21st, sits there, and then it starts to come back towards the earth again on the 25th, as in the sun is reborn on the 25th.
Now,
where have we heard that before? The sun's born on the 25th. It's fucking Jesus Christ, yeah? It's just the same bullshit that's been given in every different culture. And you look what's going on now. Look at the chaos. Everyone's rushing around. Look at the energy that's being extracted from the population right across the world.
Listen to the man.
My phone.
Listen to what he's saying,
Can I just chip in though with that? Can I just chip in with the fact that there is obviously this time of year, the sort of midwinter, winter solstice, people might be running low on supplies or like worried about like going back generations to generations. Like
this is the season of death.
We would come together. But we would come together to share what we have. Look, I've got some salt. Look, I've got some this, that, and come together and have a banquet and enjoy.
I want to interject. Do you know what? There's a lot of negativity. People going, Saturnalia is satanic. It's Santa Claus is a Satan clause. It's a clause with Satan, etc., etc. However, what I've seen posted in the last couple of days is many people saying, "Fuck your Saturnalia, fuck your Satan clause. I'm going to celebrate Yuletide." Now, Yuletide is a tradition amongst Germanic people, which Anglo-Saxons, British people are Germanic people.
That's right,
a totally legitimate way of celebrating the winter solstice with respect to paganism, but also with respect to Germanic culture as well.
Guys, there's what I'm saying, right? There's nothing wrong with...
Is there a way, what I'm saying, the Yuletide log, the end of, basically a way of actually appreciating the passing of the season, the winter solstice. Is there not a way, because also these people argue that the tree had a totally different representation. See, everyone can take all these things and you can actually argue it is what you want.
At Rattree, I learned that the tree coming in the house comes from picking the mushrooms and letting them dry out on the tree in the house.
So there you go. We've also got the Amanita muscara link with Rudolph's red nose, with St. Nicholas dressing all in red. So there's actually more than one thing going on.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with, you think about it, hundreds, thousands of years ago. This is the season of death. We're in now winter. Like Silver said, you haven't got. You're low. You can't grow crops in the northern hemisphere, which is predominantly where the majority of the population of the world lived.
So basically, you're reaping a good harvest with all the things that you've harvested a couple of months before, all the things you prepared, all the things that you've what's the word, preserved.
Yeah.
That your Yuletide festival, you're passing through the season of death with all of the food that you've saved from the harvest, right?
And there's nothing wrong with celebrating the sun coming back to the earth. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is...
I don't think there's anything wrong with paganism as long as you're not doing blood sacrifices.
No, that's it, 100%. I class myself as a pagan because I worship nature.
Dirty pagan.
But... there's what is fed down to the general population is Babylonian. Consume, everyone buying stuff, spending the money, all of that. That's the issue. That's why I don't celebrate Christmas, because what the majority of the population believe Christmas is just total fucking horse shit.
It's about, do you know what it's about? It's about, like making a nice wreath for the front door, not going to fucking Poundland and buying it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about making table arrangement on the table, not going to Wilkinson and getting some plastic shit that's going to end up in landfill.
What I'm saying about for me, yeah, what it's about is an internal experience, and that's what I realized when I was in Thailand. I was going around, and they just want to go, oh, let's see this rock there. I like internal experiences, and if I wish that people would get into the fasting, if they could do that, like stop eating on the 21st and break it on the 25th, and the internal experience, what we could experience would surpass that sausage roll. It would surpass that beer.
Do that next year.
It would
Next
surpass
year
that
we're doing
wine.
that.
It would surpass all these things.
So what you're saying is it's not about material, it's not about consumption, veg. It's actually about an internal experience based on the season itself.
Right. It's the opposite. It's about the opposite.
Exactly, and that's what her family are not understanding. Do you get what I'm saying? But I wish they would understand that we can meet at a certain place. A lot of people would understand it because it's beautiful, man.
Maybe
meet on a 10-day grape.
Maybe if you broke a deal with them next year, Veg, broke a deal with them, say, listen, right, I've done your Christmas this year. Next year, we'll do the winter solstice my way, and you get them on board.
I'm doing it on my one.
Well, yeah, but why not try and get them on board and then say if they want to get dirty, then they can do it over New Year. They can do their winter solstice thing, and then you can have a drink over New Year. Try and get everyone involved, innit?
Yeah, I hear that.
They did get involved. When I was in Spain, I was with them, and we fell out and stuff again. But they did 4 days on fruits. When I was on 10 days on grapes myself, my mum and dad come to pick me up, and they went to Butlins. My mum left, and she did 7 days on fruits on her own without me even saying anything to her. So if you build it up inside yourself, I guess other people feel it, and then it kind of it boosts them up as well.
No doubt.
It's the same as the spring solstice that the pagans used to celebrate, that because that's the planting season when you can plant your crops, and they call it the season of sacrifice. This is why in the dark occult world they do child sacrifices for a 40-day period.
But what it mean, on the positive, it means you would have made sacrifices earlier on in the season. You would have been frugal.
Yeah, for sure. But what the season of sacrifice, again, that's been inverted, because what it was, the season of sacrifice to the pagan world, and in the old world, in the ancient world, was you had to sacrifice your time to plant, to get the land ready, to plant all the crops.
If you didn't sacrifice your time and
you wouldn't
your
have
toil,
any fucking food to eat.
Yeah, you're going hungry, peasant.
Yeah, and then what they've done, the dark occultists, that's why they do their blood rituals and sacrifice stuff, because that's what they think is, makes the sun come up, to make the crops grow. This is what it is. There's nothing wrong with inherently celebrating any of this, but it's when you get these dark occultists that twist everything and start letting blood to the earth, because that's what they think makes the sun rise. It's fucked up, man, honestly.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's all fucked up, man.
It's all fucked up, man. But anyway, listen,
mate, it's great to chat to you, Veg.
Just before I let you two go, what's on the menu for Inspector Veg and My Bad Sister in 2023? What should the Rise Above family look out for?
Oh, more music, more videos. We've got something fresh coming from Inspector Veg, but I'm sure he's told you about that one.
Yeah. Get that Helps, the new video I'll be releasing in the new year. I might release it a bit early.
When's the release date? 28.
I've got an interview with UK Column being released on the 26th, and that was after a festival we did there. That was quite a good interview as well.
Cool.
So you can check that out, and www.inspectorveg.com. I've got loads of herbs on there, and I was reluctant to sell the capsules, but I'm putting the herbs inside the capsules now, plant-based capsules, and sending them out so people, if they don't, because some people don't want to make the changes that I'm asking, and they can just like take the capsules with the herbs in, and then slowly just try to step by step take it slowly.
And more shows. We've got loads of shows coming up, and we're doing Raw Treat, no?
Well, the next event is not going to be called Raw Tree. I'm going to drop it out. It's going to be called chRAnox, as in equinox, but chRAnox. Okay, and we are going to be putting the license for that in like
just fresh off the press.
What?
Heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, chRAnox. Manifest paradox and orthodox. Choose your avatar. Let shadow box. Look forward to the chRAnox.
There you go.
All right. And don't worry, you guys will be involved.
And I've got a 16 that says the food is fake, the medicine's fake, the education system is fake. They want you fighting with the thoughts in your head all day long so you never get a break. They don't want you meditating in the sunshine with bare fruit sitting by the lake. They want you dumb down so you listen to Drake. They want the teenagers to all sell flake. They ain't going to give, they're always going to take. They want you in Asda's buying a steak. They ain't going to share one slice of the cake. They ain't even going to follow the rules they make. They ain't even going to follow the rules they bring on the 1-4. Or you better know that I'm a king. They killed the indigenous and made us all prisoners, and that's the real reason I do my thing. Like, beat the matrix, defeat the matrix, stand up, don't take a seat in the matrix. You got to watch what you eat in the matrix. Can't touch processed meat in the matrix. Life ain't fair in the matrix. Drink booze if you're there in the matrix. You got to learn self-care in the matrix. Always gonna need Tupperware in the matrix.
Boom!
Official Veg.
Yes.
We're going to need Tupperware in the mail. So that's www.inspectorveg@gmail.com. Big up Rise Above, big up Ryan Sanders, big up Lucas Lyon. He's got a new single called Digital Age.
We played it last week.
We played it on last week's show.
Everyone knows about it. We played it last week. It's banging. The video's sick as well.
So keep sharing it every single day. Like that's what I'll do on my story. If you can, don't keep sharing a Lucas Lyon video and get his views up, even though they're trying to shadow ban him, because I love the tune he made in 1984. That's one of my favorite rappers. And big up Ryan Sanders as well. And just keep playing the real music and supporting Rise Above.
Every time, mate. That's all we play, day in, day out. Inspector Veg, MC Silver, big up both of you, and we'll be speaking to you very, very soon once again. All right.
All right. Take care. Good to see you guys. Yeah.
Take care. Rise Above.
Take care.
Oh, it's always nice to hear from our affiliates and our Ramily members.
Mate, he really knows his shit about nutrition, mate. Inspector Veg, he knows his shit.
He's an exploding time bomb of truthful vitality and information. We cannot get enough of Inspector Veg. We will be having him back. Are you up for playing some tunes in a minute?
Yeah, mate.
Head over to the decks, Andy PG. It's time for a musical break, and then after a musical break, we will open up the phone lines more fully to everyone. Not that they weren't open before, but we just had like affiliates and other people and parts of the family. Here's this: Asher Spitz, David Baxendale, King 0007. We've got loads of people tuned in. King 0007 appreciated Inspector Veg. Let us all appreciate Inspector Veg. Where is that comment? Let me put that one up there. That's wicked. Gosh. I'll tell you what, I'm feeling generous. I'm about to give away a T-shirt. Hold the line. Which peasant camera are we using right here? Okay, so Rise Above,
Central Peasant
livestream @gmail.com. Let's just go full screen on this one. We have a number of these Ratry limited edition T-shirts. They're all in large, some white, some black. The next person to email me and tell me why you deserve a large Ratry T-shirt, riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. Next person to email us gets a T-shirt.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear.
After all, it's ChRAstmas, and I'm feeling like Satan Claus. I'm going to be giving away loads of stuff. It's a giveaway. 21B Medical Droid. Anyone else who's going to inbox me and get this T-shirt? riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. Tell me why you want this large Ratry T-shirt in white. Tell me right now, and it was on its way to you. Andy PG is over at the decks. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, let's get another camera. Okay, Andy PG, run the rhythm, my selector. Rise Above. Let us know how we're sounding, Andy PG. Double LMC. Yo. Rise Above. Big shout out to everyone tuned in, whether it's Friday night or Saturday morning. We are with you, Crater Dwellers. Live inside the simulacrum, or whatever you want to call it. How you lot doing out there? Andy PG on the decks. Let's get some tunage and let's get those lights right up a crucible. Sync to sound.
Initial state of events may seem unrelated and random, but eventually a pattern emerges.
Retry, 33%.
Together.
Andy PG, standard, no misunderstanding, MC double L's here. No misunderstanding, MC double L's here, I've landed, lyrical skill to be branded, lyrically outstanding.
can you disrespect the queen? It's a long time they ask me well up this thing from Brazil to Jamaica like the crop with the cream. The voice of Queen Amiga make the world tune in with versatility to best with DJ and sing. Once my mind is made up, I can.
Let us know how we're sounding.
Nothing is impossible with the kings of kings. We just hold
Sound of Andy PG, listen. Shout to Boom Shanker Ladies, Craggly Old Tramp, Sam Carno, Eye for an Eye, Hog Damn Munch. Oh, look. Who is winning this t-shirt? Ross Holt, you've won too many, sorry. If Andy PG can mix a Christmas song, Johnny Fogg's going to send him a t-shirt. Is that right? Okay. Andy PG's in the mix. Okay. How's everyone feeling? Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Standing, there's no misunderstanding. MC double L, here and double landing. Lyrical skibbly. Yo, lyrical skibbly branded. Look at the outstanding. It's a banger. It's a banger. Full capacity. Anger with MC's audacity. Cliffhanger. Grip. Cliffhanger. Wait. Yo, Andy PG, lay down the dub plate, bruv. Wow. We're bunning. Merry Christmas. Shout to Rise and Shine. Big up 21B Medical Joy. I will announce the winner of the t-shirt after the mix. One's for the A's coming on, two's for the spades. This is how a Rise Above session gets blazed. Bigger, badder, better. Live inside the centre, better listen to my lecture. Word for word, whoa, letter for letter. Bigger, badder, better, double L come. Bigger, badder, better, listen to my lecture. Step inside the centre. Yo, Andy PG, listen. Yo, welcome to the lecture. Take precaution as you enter. As you bite into the apple with that razor dab at the center, mic defender. I leave pretenders looking for the dentures. The time to bite that underdog, number one contenders. Rolling through the engine, checking every word in a sentence. Pensions for the mentions in my lyrical extensions. Cause confession, scaring them with a stylistic progression. No matter what your creature color or the skin complexion, rip the session with L skin injection. Yo, listen. Big up Eye for an Eye. It's Enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you. I'm sorry, Veg. Fucking get those hitchhikers off me, cuz. Listen, Mystery Selector, I see ya. Hold down, Munch, I see ya. Merry Christmas, everyone. Spark up the flame. Pass me. Pass me the light. Somebody better tell me who be blazing. I said pass me the light. Somebody better tell me who be blazing tonight. Rise above. It's okay, Hogdown, I got it. Yo. Standard, no misunderstanding. MC double L's here and I've landed. Lyrical skill be branded, lyrically outstanding. It's a banger, full capacity, anger, MC's audacity. Cliffhanger, grip, cliffhanger, grip, tenacity. Spark up the flame, pass me the light. Somebody better tell me who be. Big up Pollyanna, I see ya. Andy PG, open up the portal. Andy PG, open up the portal. Step through the gateway, now we are mortal. Oh shit. Andy PG's on fire. About to take them higher. You heard of me, the flow's poisonous liquid mercury. This is World War 33. Yo, this is World War 33. With dirty knees, more than 32 degrees. You'll come and listen, we. Big shout to Auntie Covia. Rise Above family, wherever you're listening in from, all across the crater, all across the metaphysical toroidal realm. I see ya, I hear ya, I feel ya. 1 2 1 2. How we sounding? Big shout to Rise and Shine. ZYX, I see ya. King 77703. Fuck the Blazing Squad, droid. This is the real Blazing Squad. This is the raw Blazing Squad. What we got here? Yo, double check the measurement. Oh dear. Okay. Andy PG on the decks, on the CDs, on the J's. This is Rise Above, bitches.
Yeah, customer services.
Ready for the midnight RAS. Yeah. 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 Write that shit on testament. Laced with so relevance. My lyrical intelligence. A new stage, a new development in the everlasting race. Identify that fifth element. It's named with the drum and the bass, so checking the pace. The tempo, never heard before. Flagship rock, fake beat culture busting off the floor once more. From this day until the end of time, double L spin the yo, listen. Holy shit. I can't wait to spit with Ryan Sanders next week, I tell you that. We'll have Magic shit too. It's going down next week. We'll have Andy PG with another set as well. Bounce, 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 bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. What's that stinking? Wow, must be the cheese in my pocket. What's that stinking? Huh, must be the cheese in my pocket. Spark up the flame, mate. I like myself just like a rocket. My split fingers itching. Nothing I can do to stop it. Watch it, watch it. We don't want to blow the speakers. Andy PG's in session. Holy shit. What is going on? What is happening? That's a nice view. All right, let's do it. Big up Matt Duran. Big up the Calisthenics Master. Big shout out to all the Ramily, all our Rise Above family we have collected over the last 2 and a bit years. Yo, Inspector Veg, I see you. We need to get you to the studio next year, bruv. We'll get you right here. We'll do some back-to-back business. All recorded as well. It's Rise Above. Listen. If you want to support Rise Above, you know how to do it. www.riseabove.tv/shop. We've got the dopest merch in the game. Don't muck about, mate. Rapparel tracksuits are available right now. We got the sickest merch in the game. Let's bun down Babylon with our legendary sigils right here. Andy PG, heavy, 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 heavy. Andy PG, heavy. I won't forget, Sam. I've got that lined up for later. I've got to say something for later, mate. The new age is done. The new age is done. Feel the ever, I can feel it in my lungs. I can feel it in my lungs, yo. Storm clouds are gathering, darkening the sky. Tell me, are you handling? Are we getting by? The days are getting shorter, the end is nigh. I see the path to Zion clearly through my third eye. No reply. Even worse, they ask no question. Secrets to creation, yo, they barely get a mention. Tear back the membrane, what lies beneath? I'm that third eye samurai, the sword in the sheath. No way to explain or extinguish the grief. No way to explain or extinguish the grief. I'm the third eye samurai, sword in its sheath. Storm clouds are gathering, now we bring the grief. Whoa, Andy PG, you killing it. This is Rise Above, in case you didn't know. We got the sickest thing on YouTube. You better share this. You better share this right now. ChRAstmas. Ho, 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 bitches. Standard. No misunderstanding. MCWL. Hearing I've landed. Lyrical skill a bit branded. Branded, making outstanding. It's a banger. Full capacity. Anger MC's audacity. Cliffhanger. Grip, 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 grip. Oh, Andy PG. We're mucking about and we're having fun tonight. Big up Jason Jackson. Big shout out to all the sheep farm massive. Dom might stop by later on, he might not. Big shout out to Eddie Darmody, I see ya. Eye for an eye. Hello Ross Holt, I see ya. No ABBA tonight. I thought you asked. Big shout out to everyone caught the Sheep Farmer Mark Devlin collaboration during last week. Big shout out to those guys, my long-time friends. We moved together from a position of power. Andy PG, my selector. My selector, ta. Big shout out Auntie Covia. A single candle lights up the darkness. That is the power we all harness. But it doesn't go to D and B. Drop, we, D, O, U, B, L, what? D, O, U, B, L, MC. Yo, that's me. Well, let's clarity. I'm dropping the verbal style alongside my selector, Mr. Andy PG. It's Friday night from the HQ. See? Yeah, it's a Rise Above party. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for coming on this journey with us. Ho, 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 selector.
Just on that circle line riding. Ministers are useless, drug dealers are more enterprising. Hiding from the past, just biding our time until the future state. That's providing more than we need for just surviving. Less turbulence and more easy gliding. Promise of tomorrow keeps us striving. Empty or not, there's no way of recognizing. Might see you when you get there, but not before. Can't be sure we'll hope for right, but hope lives evermore. Perspectives reorganizing, new influences rising. Consensus for the status quo demoralizing. Babylon appears compromising. Unsurprisingly, it's not reading anyway. Feeling it today, just like in the other day. We stay on the path that we're on, we don't stray. Just on that circle line riding. Who does the deciding? Up against the glass, can't hear the worlds colliding. Warning sounds, but the door's already sliding. Get yourself up, we're hiring. 0 hours for all, no retiring. Distance firing, keep us firing. 6 a.m. the underground,
Absolutely classic. I just checked on Facebook and the stream has been put to private. I checked, it was on public only. Facebook is fucking with us. Big shout to all the Facebook massive if you're tuned in. We have been live since 9 PM. But Al Gore doesn't like it. Al Gore tries to constantly censor Rise Above. He hates us. Sound of Andy PG right about now. It's Double LMC right about now. How you guys doing out there all across the Crater realm? Whether it's Friday night or Saturday morning, we are here for you. If you've gone through the last 2 and a bit years, 3 years, however long it's been now, and you have resisted, you have stepped outside of the lexicon of the Soviet Union and the greatest apocalypse ever, sit at our table and join us.
Watch out for the thief when them a creep late at night them. Beg and borrow them, copy and buy them a creep and a crawl and move out of eyesight them. Drink your blood them, fuss and fight. Everything where them do is wicked and bad minds. So watch yourself and trust the vibes. Protect your energy from them out of parasites.
One's for the A's, two's for the spades. This is how a drum and bass session gets blazed. Andy PG. Big shout to Amish Inquisition. Big shout to Shivats Yagnath. Merry Krishna, Mashyar. We know. Schwab it all together. Call it a holiday, why not? Remember, this is how you support Rise Above. Merchandise. We have the sickest Above Ritzian merchandise. Wear it out in the crater. Piss off people at the supermarket. Yo, big up to James Dinsdale. I see you, mate. Whoa, look at those lights. The lower crucible is just lit up. Those lights are ludicrous. Andy PG on the fader. Andy PG on the buttons. Taking instructions. Apparently we're sounding sharp. Are we sounding nice? Let me know. Big shout to Lord Dodesworth. Big shout to King. Sound of Andy PG. Yeah, we're going to continue with music for another 15 minutes until the 11 o'clock hour. And then we get back to the customer services department, guys. Rise Above. Andy PG's liking it on the decks. This is the t-shirt up for grabs. Maybe I got more than one. Maybe we'll give away one black, one white. The emails are still stacking up. We're going to pick the best emails after the break. Both the t-shirts are in large. That's all we got, I'm afraid. So far we've got 12 emails. If you want a chance to get the t-shirt, tell me why you deserve it. Rattree 2022. Johnny Fogg likes the sound of Andy PG. We all like the sound of Andy PG right about now. We're going to run the tracks for another 12 minutes. The sound of Andy PG. He's liking the mix. He's right into it now. We're going to keep it going. Eddie Darmondi, we will be editing at the DJ sets next year. I'll get on it. Don't worry. Slick Rick, if you're watching. Editor Slick Rick, if you're watching, everybody wants some more edits of the music, the DJ sets, Oma Beats, Andy PG, Magics. Get on the edits, bro. We love all our family, all our team that are working with us to make this happen. Rise above. Big up all our Shivites. Hang tight all our Hindi viewers, all our Sikh viewers, all our Muslim viewers, all our Christian viewers, all our syncretists. And whichever denomination you fall under, it's all love, it's rise above. Anybody else I forgot? Huh. Wow. Yo, Dean, no one is cancelling ChRAstmas. ChRAstmas is happening tonight and it's happening next week. Let me remind everybody what's happening next week. In case you forgot, next week we're going to be doing this. Ryan Sanders live in session. Next Friday, New RAS Eve. Andy PG, drop it kinda greasy. Yeah, Andy PG, drop it kinda greasy. Rides above family. Yeah, come follow me. Don't forget, next week Ryan Sanders is live in the studio performing his original material and going back to back with moi. Back to back with moi. The General, Ryan Sanders, back to back. back. MC00 spells danger, danger, danger. Danger, danger, danger. Live inside the ride. Yo, live inside the manger. My baby Jesus. Danger, danger, danger. Yo, big shout to Inspector Veg. Big shout to Inspector Veg, man. Big shout to my bad sister. See, that's Ramily right there. That's Ramily. See how many foundations we built at Raw Treat when we all met together. All of us, look. All of us resistors, all of us innovators, all of us creators there for the first time together. Big shout to all of you. If you weren't there, you don't know. But there is another chance at the chRAnox. Yo. Choose your avatar, let's shadow box. Choose your avatar, let's shadow box. And remember, rise above, Rapparel, time to represent. Andy PG. Big up DJ Don Shady. Big shout to Helena Phoenix. Thank you very much for the pendant. House of Orgon. Two's for the spades. This is how a drum and bass session gets blazed. With Andy PG. Holding it down. With me, the MC00 with that lyrical crown. We're coming on. One's for the AIDS coming on. Two's for the spades. This is how a drum and bass session gets blazed. With Andy PG, holding it down. With me, the MC00 with that lyrical crown, we're coming on. Wow. We're coming bigger, badder, better. Listen, my selector. Live inside the centre, Andy PG. Kinda greasy. Baxendale, not the winter equinox, the spring equinox. Choose your avatar, prepare to shadow box. Things are drastic, heads are on blocks. It's time for covert ops. It's time for covert ops, what? Yo, it's time for covert ops, cause things are drastic, heads are on blocks. Okay. Big shout to Andy Pandy 33. Big shout to Chop the Dog. Everyone else I met in meat suit proximity at Raw Treat. The next opportunity is the chRAnox. Yeah. Manifest paradox, unorthodox, man, I look forward to the chRAnox. That's all I'm saying for now. More details coming soon. Big up Matt Bishop.
Smoke on my selector.
Spark up the flame, pass me the light. Spark up the flame, pass me the light. Somebody better tell me who be blazing tonight. Andy PG on the decks and MC00 on my quad. Spark up the flamer, pass me the lighter. This is Rise Above Standard. Big up Shiavite. And for anyone that's new to Rise Above, if you like these sounds, watch till next week. Watch till next week. I cannot stress enough, next week is going to be amazing.
Gosh. Gosh.
Just adjusting the lights on Andy PG. Hey! Yo, big up the Squirrel Sniper. Big up Richard Ryder. Big up Lost Dice. Loving the beats. I see ya. Hello. Big shout to Charlie Mitchell. Big shout to Roy Young, I see ya. It's Rise Above. Merry ChRAstmas, everyone. Shout to Roy Young. Thank you very much, brother. Merry ChRAstmas. Who else have we got in the live chat here? Let's get them on the screen, shall we? Let's get a bit more interactive, shall we? It's Rise Above after all. Big shout to David Baxendale. The spring equinox is coming. Big shout to Eddie Darmundi, you're a newbie. Welcome to the family, welcome to the Ramily. Each and every Friday.
I'll take weed in your bits and won't pay. You think that's a prick move? You don't say. Strapping acid to the inside of my eyelids. Ultraviolet where we live, the ultra ultraviolet. Drip sort and stylish, my parameters fluctuate your turbulence. Memories but nothing does the burning in my iris. Hydroponic Blair Witch Doctor type visionary isn't any antidote initiate virus.
The virus is spreading inside us. The virus is spreading inside us. Through your ear hole and through your iris. Yo, the virus is spreading inside us. And the PG and double letters plus with the minus. Tangent and cosinus, no bowing to no highness. Yo, that was start the freestyle there, fucking hell. Oh wow, we've overrun by 4 minutes. Big shout to PG, he's been killing it, mate. He's done a right on my beats over here. Watch out, bruv. All right, listen, we're going to get back to the chat in a minute, but Andy PG is shining right now. Big shout to the GBR project, I see ya.
I'll take weed in your bits and won't pay. With me and you, it's on site like a scaffolding. Wanna book me, how much and what's the gafffolding? You're so unlucky, come and look at what the past molded. While I'm chonging on this Cali, I just back rolled in. And I know it's hard to lose when all the plaques golden. Maybe relax and review the facts that showed him. Now stand up firm and await your turn if that goes in. With me and you, it's on site like a scaffolding.
Yeah, Andy PG officially killed it. Officially, he done it. He done dead it. Run it, done dead it. Killed it, done it. Abrasion Equation said that was a flawless set. A flawless set. Whoa. Big shout out to all the Andy PG fans.
I'll
Hello.
take weed in your bits and won't pay. You think that's a prick move? You don't say. Strapping acid to the inside of my eyelids. Ultraviolet where we live, the ultra ultraviolet. Drip sort and stylish, my parameters fluctuate your turbulence. Memories but nothing does the burning in my iris. Hydroponic Blair Witch Doctor type visionary isn't any antidote initiate virus. I'll take weed in your bits and won't pay.
1 2 1 2. Okay, let's get rid of the tunes there. Welcome back, everyone. Rise above.
Rise above, generate, rise above, distinguished fear.
Shit, that was a bit loud. Oh, welcome back. It is Rise Above ChRAstomer Services.
There's fucking loads of emails here.
Absolutely loads of emails, right? So let's get interactive. Shared screen. We are doing like a giveaway here, obviously. I tell you what, just get rid of the comments for a second because we need to do proper ChRAstomer Services. Is that all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just check how we're doing on the old CPU.
Is it 33%?
It's under 33%. We have to keep the CPU under 33% at all times. Don't ever forget that. Right. So, what was the deal, Andy PG?
This is for a Raspberry t-shirt.
Let me just get your camera up there as well, so we
the
can.
Peasant cam.
Yeah. So show. So we're actually going to give away two. One large. They're both large. One white, one black. Okay. Basically. So we said. The best email gets it. We'll read them out one by one. Here we go. So Johnny Fogg says, I want to grow my T-shirt collection. All right, fair enough. But Johnny did win the last T-shirt merch competition literally 2 weeks ago. Sorry, you're disqualified, Johnny. Sorry, man.
Right, That's cruel, man.
No, listen, I've got to be fair.
I get it.
He literally won it 2 weeks ago.
All right, the next one's from Ross.
Right,
Ross,
so
sorry,
what does he
Ross.
say?
Lance, please give me the T-shirt because you love me doing the ABBA shout-outs.
I'm not
Great channel as ever, Skull.
I'm not going to lie. He does ask for ABBA every week. We'll consider that one. All right, okay. Who have we got next? Paul Nelson. Hi, Lance. Even though large is too big for me, I want to get it for the missus. She's proper tiny, but she loves the show, and it will look like a dress or a tent on her. All the best, dude. Happy Christmas. That's a contender. I like that reason.
Next one's from Eric. A large T-shirt because I have an Al Gore Illuminati card. Interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. The Al Gore Illuminati card. Someone gave that to me at Raw Treat. If that was Eric, someone actually gave me the Illuminati card with Al Gore on it at Raw Treat. Listen, Eric's getting one of the T-shirts. Fuck it. That right. Eric's got the first T-shirt. Eric's won one. Okay. So let me just take that. I'll take that star away from Paul Nelson because you almost got it there. But I'll put it next to Eric. Who's next? Jason Jackson. What's he saying?
He's saying, are you going to read this?
Because Rise Above is the best live stream on PooTube, and I'm worthy. I hope. Merry nonsense. Okay, fair enough. David Baxendale. 2 smash to pick up, 1 at Raw Treat. Blue T-shirt truck driving guy from Sheffield. Well, listen, he attended Raw Treat. That's a. I'm going to put a star there. Right, Milwana. We'll skip Milwana because that's different. We need to talk about on the Richie Allen show.
So K is the next one. K or Kai, sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. Yo, LL. I should be able to wear the T-shirt to work as there are so many lost people there in need of a vibration raised, trying to be an example to the people how I live. Peace and blessings, wicked show.
Oh, mate, there's quite a few here. I'll tell you what, right. Eric Roberts, you're gonna get a black one.
The next,
no, I've got 3. I'll give away 3. David Baxendale, you're also going to get one. Right, we've got one more. Pick someone else. Out of these next 6 people.
The next one, the Amish Inquisition podcast.
Oh, we like them. Should we give one to them?
All right. Well, we haven't read the fucking email yet.
I'm feeling generous. Well, it's ChRAstmas. Come on.
All right, Double O and Andy. I deserve the T-shirt to help me get over our Discord getting nuked last week. All the best. Okay, that's a contender. Next one's Conscious Living Getaway. Greetings, Rise Above. Love the show as usual. I would love a T-shirt. I'm 63 years old and I've been suffering with a frozen shoulder for the last 18 months. I have problems dressing myself and doing my hair. A T-shirt would be so easy for me to put on without pain. I couldn't get any trousers on this morning. Love you all. Love the high vibration of consciousness.
I think,
okay,
mate, we've got some real strong contenders here for these T-shirts. We're going to
Next
go
one,
away 3 now.
Next one's Bruce. Dear Lance, I think I should win the ChRAstmas Raw Treat shirt because I have been a particularly decent peasant this year. Also during Raw Treat,
Is that Bruce Townsley?
Yeah. Also during Raw Treat, I stayed for the whole rabbit and consumed precisely 33 pints of Britney Spears lager, 11 a night to commemorate September the 11th and survived the
Is he trying to claim some sort of
survived the hornet's nest at the track.
He survived Raw Treat right to the end, plus the extra bonus hornet's
Also
nest,
bought a geisha Raw T-shirt and forgot to get one of these. Okay, next is Sophie. I think that's a meme.
Wait a minute.
Hang
Oh,
on.
yeah, that's a meme. I was about to say, I've just sent my bad sister that 2 T-shirts, and I still haven't had a bloody promotional picture, my bad sister.
Okay.
Sort me out. Come on.
Right hand T-shirt. Go. This is G-Day Dowie. Okay, Lance and Rise Above Cree. This is my response to all I can say is pure interaction since Mark Devlin linked me to Ra. I've never looked back. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Mark Devlin, for putting people here. Okay, the last one is Kirsty. I deserve a T-shirt because I've just spent 53rd birthday in bed full of cold. Maybe hope you're not jabbed. But your energies have helped me. Respect to each and every one of you. Merry Christmas.
Right. Okay, look, I've got 3 T-shirts there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to up the ante. It's ChRAstmas, isn't it, Andy PG?
It is ChRAstmas.
Shall I see what else we've got on the shelf?
What you
see
got?
If I can get one more.
There's all sorts out there, man. It's mugs. You're not going to give away the General's hat, are you? That's out there.
No, we're going to give away Ride Treat T-shirts, right? And everyone knows who we like, so we give away 4.
Okay, we're giving away 4 T-shirts.
T-shirts.
I've got another one in. Helena. That
Oh
might
my
be
God.
Helena Phoenix, I'm not sure. I'd like a T-shirt because my middle name on my driver's license is Ra. Pick attached. She's actually sent us a
Let me
picture.
have a see. We won't put it on the screen.
Ra. Yeah.
Right, okay, so I think, personally, I'm saying...
So who's got one so far?
Erica Roberts, David Baxendale. You can pick 2 out of these people. It's up to
Okay.
you, PG. Go on.
I'm going to go with Conscious Living Getaway. This
Right.
dude's got a frozen shoulder for 18 months. That must be pretty shit, man.
Yeah, we need to
We're going
help
to send
him
him a
out.
T-shirt.
Yeah, right. So if we've said your name already, send us your address and I will post them out in the first week in January.
And let's go one more. Okay, Kirsty as well. She's in bed. She's been in bed with fucking cold.
Rise above,
4 Raw Treat T-shirts given away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the loose one has got a small Raw Treat stain on it. I'm just going to let you know it's only a small piece of like mud. It fell down. Just give it a wash, it'll be fine. Yeah, so Eric Roberts, David Baxendale,
Conscious Living, and Kirsty at the top.
And Kirsty, send us your address and you will get a Raw Treat T-shirt. You can't say better than that. Listen.
Gosh.
Wait.
Don't believe me?
Let's get some new jingles. We've got so
Yeah,
many
we do need
jingles.
some new jingles.
We even on here we don't use all the jingles we've already got. We'll get the chat back on the screen. Proper interactive tonight. It is Rise Above. It is ChRAstomer Services. What do you think about this hip hop music?
Mate, I like it. It's Mano.
For everyone tuned in, what does it sound like to have? I'll put it on 33, level 33.
Of course.
What is it like? What does it sound like to have this background music while we chat? We're just playing around with it.
It's a new feature on
It's a new
Restream.
feature on RaiseStream. Well, yeah, as you know, we had a little interval there. At the start, I played some Christmas music. Actually, that tune's really whack. Let me get a new one.
What's the one you played to me earlier when I first got in the studio?
Basically, there's trip hop, there's hip hop, there's lo-fi. Can we have some feedback in the live chat? What does it sound like to have this little?
Did we used to have music playing when we first started?
in our first couple of episodes?
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we would have Coviet music playing in the background.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because obviously next week is basically pirate radio. Are you going to play a set next week? You coming back?
Yeah,
See
mate.
Ryan
Yeah,
Sanders?
yeah.
Wicked. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that. No need is pretty annoying. What's everyone saying? It sounds like a groovy elevator. Let me get the next one. I don't think it's really adding anything. If it was an
Turn it off.
If it was an Oma Beats instrumental, I can see it. All right, so we have done a T-shirt giveaway. We've done that. We've done the JD competition and giveaway. We've had some of our family members call in.
Some affiliates of Ra.
What else do we normally do on customer services?
Well, we haven't heard from actually any members of the peasantry.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to call in, it's Rise Above Customer Services, and you can use Skype, or you can email us if you want to get my phone number, or you actually want to join us with a webcam. We'll send you the link. riseabovelivestream@gmail.com on the Skype or the email. But it's customer services. We need to address a few things. Do you? Let me just make sure that we haven't got anything else pressing on my slideshow here. Obviously, there are more things. Shall we address that abusive email?
Yeah, let's do it.
The abusive
that fucking
email.
pissed me off, man.
Right. Okay. Listen, I'm not like a name and shame sort of guy. However, anyone that watched a couple of weeks ago might have remembered. Where has it gone? We got an abusive email halfway through the show, which Andy sort of hinted at that we didn't really touch. Okay, now
I did respond. I sent him an email back. It's very polite.
No, listen, you don't know about this. There's this guy called DT Music, Dave Tomo, right? And he emails me with his music, and a couple of times I've politely replied to him.
Mate, are those emails from Wim?
Yeah, those are Godvag emails.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Do you hear
Yeah,
that, guys?
listen,
Like Lance has got correspondence directly with Godvag.
Oh, absolutely, mate. If you want to learn about what's going on, you need to speak directly to the Godvag, right? However, so we got an abusive email last week. Okay,
Yep.
I'm going to start this. Now, if you can see what's on the screen here, I'll just sort of let me just share the screen one sec. You can see here this email. I'm not going to dox the guy, but do you want to read this out, Andy PG?
Yeah, let's do it. Right. What? The Bible is all there to enslave you. There is an ancestor. There is
creator.
There is an creator. But most Bible is written by the masters who control you. Please, I know way more than you will ever. I've been recalling past life experiences through my meditation and the things that have come to surface. When you I can't see the screen. There we go. When you talk about your breaking down of the Bible, it's like in 1,000 years, someone breaking down the meaning of BBC News and making it.
It had a meaning.
It had a meaning.
This person, DT Music, Dave Tomo, says, you won't read my shit out anyway. We're reading it out right now, Dave, if you're watching.
All wrapped under the non-entity. Don't quote the Bible. You sound like a fool. You are acting like you know what you're talking about. Here at this time, you 2020. What?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. I was thinking, is he drinking when he's written this? Anyway, the guy's been sending me his music videos, which I haven't shared with you. I might share them if you really want me to, if you really want to see them. But they're not. Well, it's not music videos. It's some music. Okay, that was his first email. Then he sent back. No, wait a minute. There's another one.
That wasn't the first one.
No. Sorry. The first. Hey, Risers, gives us a shout. The newly named Avatar is at Vartar. I think this is his new track. By the Straw Man. I know I'm not in your big boy cool club. Sorry, immediately.
Who the fuck's in the
Immediately, this is getting weird.
Cool
This email's getting weird. This email was sent to me on the 9th of December during a show, 10:30. I'm not in your big boy cool club, and am out of step with your idea of what you believe is cool. There ain't any cool. So Dave is telling us, and he accuses me of not reading these out. Okay, so I'm reading them out right now. This is customer services. See, look, where's the thing?
Yeah, let's get out. I'll polish it.
Show the camera. Show them. This is
customer
services. Make your complaint and fuck off. Right, so it says here, but I send you love to drown the ego and lift your soul with 432 hertz healing of the nation. You should check my music. If it is in 440 hertz, it ain't worth shit. You want to get home a beats on with that because everything you play is 440 hertz and it's fucking with your head. Play some Avatar and you will see.
So basically, this dude wants us to play his tune.
Now, this isn't the last email. God, it goes on.
Mate, that wasn't the one that we got at the end of last week's show.
Kill your ego.
Yeah, here, this is the one. This is
you
the
are
one.
you are so self-righteous, pompous, and self-gratifying wank. Right?
Yeah.
Let's read this out. This is what we got in the middle of the show. When was this? 2 weeks ago. End of, right? If you ain't talking about getting rid of your smartphone and walking out of the digital prison, you ain't doing your show for the right reasons. I wonder if this guy wrote this to me on a smartphone or did he use a computer when he wrote this email to me?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, right. How did he send this email
he didn't
to
send
me?
a fucking carrier pigeon, did he?
No, this wasn't written with a pen and pencil or a piece of paper. Right, so is it now that I have to shun this tech? When I got to the truth movement, it was called punk rock in the 1970s. I'm sorry, but punk rock wasn't the truth movement. It's not the same thing.
No.
Sorry. And there was no egos, and we were the underclass. Sorry if we don't relate with an underclass. I don't class myself as an underclass. Are you the underclass?
I don't know, mate. Am I?
No, that's not a label that we associate with. First step, okay, Dave Tomo
says, now there is such a divide in this so-called truth community. There is such a massive change coming, and if you ain't, like I said, helping shut down the prison doors of the cell phone slavery, you're a fucking fraud.
I'm just going to zoom in so we can see this. Cause
you will either ignore this or come back at me with some flippant, smarmy bullshit because I hurt your ego. Yes.
We're not ignoring it. We're addressing
Each one of the shows should be re-educating. It should be educating. Humans how to leave the addiction of cell phones. I've never owned one. I knew these days were coming way back in the 80s. Either start helping me with this freedom thing or shut up. You are wasting oxygen. That's fucking horrible, man.
Right.
I'm saying
it
this.
It gets worse.
I'm saying this because I care about you. Only in a matter of a few years, you are going to look back on what you're saying in your broadcast and feel so embarrassed. Kill your egos, then the rest will flow. And yes, you have egos. I can smell Lance's a fucking mile off.
My egos, you can smell it from a mile away. It stinks of weed. I can smell your ego from over here.
I've done this and I've done that. I've been here and I've been there. No one gives a fuck. We are about to experience something so massive in 2023. You are gonna love it, babies. Just this is all in capitals now. Wake the fuck up and kill your ego and ditch your smartphones. If you can't ditch your smartphones, you are about as useful as a junkie.
Right. So
I did email the dude back. Let's read the
What did you
response.
email?
Oh, it was very friendly. I was like, thank you for your friendly email. We will be sure to absorb your comments and address your concerns in our next customer services show.
This
in
is
a
what
couple
customer
of weeks.
services is
Kind
all about,
regards, the
comrades.
Rise Above team. In brackets, Ego Warriors.
Look, at the end of the day, this is what customer services is all about. Now, I get the feeling
There's so much to address in this email.
there's a lot to address. All of these emails happened within one show, which was 2 shows ago. This guy has sent me a number of emails before with some of his tunes, and I sort of like, thank you for sending me the tune. I'll check it out. He's asked to play it raw treat. Would you like to hear his tune?
I mean, this is the
Do you want to hear his tune?
This is the right way to go about asking someone for a set at your festival.
Listen, this isn't the first time I've had this from someone who sent me a load of stuff, and because I didn't address it the way they wanted me to address it, they got really abusive. This is the second time this has happened. Would anyone like to hear this guy's tune?
It's your show, man. If you want to play the tune, it's up to you.
I'm going to play it.
My soul has traveled far. I can't help you what you well.
Turn it off. That's
Andy
enough. Turn it
PG
off.
says I turn it off.
Turn it off. That's enough of that.
Right, I'm not being funny. I made the executive decision that I didn't want to play that. I thought, to be fair, I'm not going to censor anyone. This guy sent me a load of emails. I played it. The decision was, please turn that off.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we need to know. Sorry, Dave, mate. Sorry. Listen.
We're not saying your music's shit. It's just not what we're about on the show here.
It's not for us. It was nothing personal. There was no need to get abusive. But don't think that I ever hide these things away. This is customer services.
Right, that's the music. We've addressed the music. Okay.
You want to address the email?
Yeah, I want to
Right.
address the email.
Okay.
Right. So it's true. The punk. We've talked about the punk stuff, and then let's talk about the ego then. He says you can smell your ego a fucking
He says
mile.
my ego stinks. One second, let me just change this camera.
I mean, this isn't the way to go about, constructive criticism about people, is it? This sounds like fucking hate to me. Kill your egos and the rest will flow. And yes, you have egos. I can smell Lance's a fucking mile off. I've done this. I've done that. I've been here. I've been there. No one gives a fuck. And we're about to experience something massive in 2023. Well, Lance?
Well, I mean...
Either start helping me with this freedom thing. Mate, are you the only one who is like a self-proclaimed freedom warrior or something? Either help me with this. That sounds to me like you've got a fucking ego.
Well, are we not trying to be on the freedom thing by having this show to bring new ideas, to connect people, to give people a voice, to have guests, to make events? Is that not what we're doing? I feel like this guy's got on a bit of a personal tip because he feels like because we haven't played his tune or embraced his idea from punk rock or something like that.
Only in a matter of years you are going to look back on what you're saying in these broadcasts and feel so embarrassed. Well, I've rewatched some of the episodes from 2020 when we first started out, when we didn't have all the studio.
I'm a little bit embarrassed by some of the very first broadcasts just because we were such amateurs. But as soon as we got in the flow, even when we were sat here holding microphones and stuff, and we were like very clunky, those shows were still like that, mate.
Yeah,
but that was actually cutting edge back then, because we were actually putting out. That's like when we were rabbit holding hard first ourselves.
And like DT Music 101, feel free to have your own show, do your own podcast and live stream. If you think we're doing this all wrong, you're more than welcome to do that. Nothing's stopping you from doing that.
Well, that's the thing, like, because
we'll send us a link when you get it up. We'll even promote it on the show. Send you some people to check it out.
We all say to any detractors, it's like, please, if you want to give us this criticism, show us how to do it better, because at the end of the day, we can only do this the way that we know how. This is something that that's been created through myself and my close team. Myself, Andy, PG, Omar, and then everyone else that's come along afterwards have all contributed to this. This is the way that we know how to do it. And we're doing it the best that we know how.
As well, like no one's got every piece of the puzzle.
No, absolutely
we're not saying just watch Rise Above. You should watch an eclectic mix of podcasts from the quote-unquote true freedom movement.
Never at any point have we ever said that we have the final answer to anything.
No.
We might have said that we like to get the whole rabbit, but what is the whole rabbit? The whole rabbit is what you get from the bottom of the rabbit hole that you bring up to the surface and you cut open on the dissection table. What you see on the dissection table when we have opened up the whole rabbit, that's completely subjective, and that's actually up to you.
Right, let's talk about the tech. He's saying about smartphones and stuff. Right. FYI, I've got news for you, DT Music. If you haven't owned a smartphone, congratulations, that's your decision. However, you are sending us an email on a digital platform, so you've obviously got access to some computer and you're using the technology.
Yeah.
And even if you chose not to do that, even if you wrote us a letter with a fucking pen and paper, guess what? That's a piece of technology. Somebody invented a pen at one stage in time. I can't quote you when that was, but that's a piece of technology. Technology's evolving. It's how you use it. Yeah, smartphone's a great invention. Do you know what I mean? You can ring someone from across the fucking planet. How cool is that?
Yeah,
and I get it that you shouldn't be addicted to your smartphone and just live in Instagram and Facebook and all sorts of shit.
Also, let me interject, right? At the end of the day, we can cuss as much as we want about these black slabs, these little tets, these black smartphone things, right? But right now, probably 60 to 70% of our audience, which is like just under 200 people, according to that number up there, I guarantee it's much higher because they lie. About 60 to 70% of those people right now are watching on their own little personal device. Whether they're watching on that device directly or they're casting it to a bigger screen, that device is helping our transmission go out to people all across the realm. Before this smart technology happened, there is literally, I've never even said this before, think about before the internet, before smart technology, Rise Above would not be able to exist. The only way you could broadcast like this is on a major TV network. We would have never,
or in
ever,
books.
Yeah, but look at our format. Our format is audio and visual, and it's live. We would have never, ever been able to broadcast across the world before the internet and smart technology. So everything is a double-edged sword at the end of the day. All of these things that can be weaponized against us can also be harnessed by us.
100%.
So I don't get down with DT Music 101's sort of targeting out of the smartphone. Yeah, people can abuse the smartphone, or rather it can abuse them. Yeah, there you go. Look, Richard Ryder from Lost Dice, he says, the awakening, as we know it, or whatever you want to call it, the Great Awakening, the Dark Enlightenment, it would have never happened without the internet. End of story. Finito.
Next.
Yeah, next.
I think we've done that now.
Yeah, we have done that. Okay.
That's enough.
Maybe there are a couple of other things to address. Let me see what we start here in these emails. One sec. Oh yeah, there was a question from the show that was actually this was from 2 weeks ago as well. This is a question from Gary Morris. Evening, guys. And I guess I'll just ask this to you, PG. How do you feel about the New Zealand government's kidnap of the baby in the dispute over the unbrittanied blood? Where do you think this is going? How can we stop it? What do you think Master Lee would have done if the government tried to kidnap his child? What would you do? By the way, the show is amazing. It's great to know that you and others like Sheep Farm, Mark Devlin, Alistair Williams, etc. are out there producing fantastic content. Such a relief to know that there are like-minded people around. I don't meet any to this day, sadly. We are in a small minority. Best regards, Gary.
Okay, so Gary, you're talking about the New Zealand government kidnapping, swabbing someone's baby away because of dispute over unbrittanied blood. Well, I think anyone who watches the show and knows how I feel about any form of government, then they've got no right to do what they do. They've got zero right to do that. Where do you think this is going? It could be like a test for the future, but I'm sure people in China have suffered this kind of thing. I mean, look at the Uyghur Muslims. They come get kidnapped and thrown into concentration camps just like the Nazis did back in World War II and shit like that. How can we stop it? That's a good question. What would Master Lee have done if the government tried to kidnap his kid? I'm not Master Lee, so I can't answer that, but I'm sure it wouldn't have been pretty. I'm not a father either. I haven't got any children, so I can't speak to what a parent would do because I've never had that bond with someone, and I've certainly, haven't had a family member being hoisted out of the family and taken away. But yeah, this is sad times, what's going on. I don't really know what else to say about that. I'll wait for Lance to come back and see what he wants to chip in on that. But yeah, that's some fucked up shit. I know we've got some viewers in New Zealand, and they got hit hard, man. Same as in Australia with the Soviet Union and their draconian Jacinda Horseface calling the shots. But we all know that she's just another WEF puppet from Lord Schwab. So how can we stop it? We'll stop voting for one. People shouldn't, if nobody voted, or if people just demanded that, these people get out of government. But the problem is, in my opinion, people like their slavery too much. The general populace who live comfortably, and particularly the middle class, they love it. They can't get enough of it. That's including my own family members. So I don't really know what else to say about it. Lance, do you want to chime in on this?
I mean, what do I think about it? Obviously, I'm going to instantly echo what you said. With regards to what would we do or Master Lee do if it was us, it's very difficult. I'd like to think that we could maybe think of a ways of not being in that position initially by, seeking private healthcare if you can afford it and going down the route. I know Lee himself has already got a GP on his side, which is anti-Covid, anti-Britney Spears.
Not to be confused with anti-Covid.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately not in that position. Like, I'm really open with everyone what goes on with me. I told everyone when I last went to the doctors, he basically tried to give me almost metrazapine.
Yeah.
Because I was going along the exemption route, saying, I'm stressed about. This was back in 2021. I said, I was stressed about constantly getting pressured about the Britney because I travel a lot. I wanted to try and preempt getting that exemption.
There's a comment here.
Ended up giving me antipsychotics. I was like, yeah, cheers, mate.
There's a comment here on the screen where it's 2 secs.
This is where we get interactive, guys. This is what customer services is all about.
Okay, so excellent. Northern Thrifty said, Andy, you forewrite your rights when you register your child. That's a good point.
Yeah, sadly you do. And it's one of those things. It's like
this is the whole point. Why I'm totally against government in any form, any shape or form. Right, even a fucking librarian, man. They're still working for the government in some
PG,
form.
if you had a kid, would you let them have a birth certificate and let them be in the system, or would you go like hardcore strawman with them from infancy, so they might not even be born in a hospital? What would you do that? That means they can never go to school. They couldn't.
I would never put my child in school. If I had a child, I would never put them in school. That's for sure.
Would you let them have a birth certificate?
Well, probably not now. Not since I've learned what's going on in the world since 2020. I mean, I knew it was fucked up before. Thank you, mate. I knew it was fucked up before, but I never had an inkling it would go to such draconian fucking levels. So no, I'm going to say no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't register my child if I had one. Oh, we've got another comment here. 1 sec. Everyone on the show knows I'm an avid follower of Mark Pass. Just move your mic down. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So I'm an anarchist, Passio style. I didn't know until he explained it. There you go. For anyone who doesn't know who Mark Passio is, I suggest you go over to whatonearthishappening.com and check out his work. Start at number 1 on his podcast. There's like 250 or 260 or something on there. I've listened and watched them twice over now. This is the true meaning of an anarchist, is somebody who governs themselves, is not somebody who goes in the street like Antifa and smashing stuff up. That's not an anarchist. That's what we've been conditioned to think over the years through media and bullshit like that. But yeah, 100%, I agree. Everyone should be. If everyone was a proper anarchist, Passio style, then none of this would be happening. Because as well, I'd like to add a side note. The world's been disarmed mainly what I mean? There's in the States, some states haven't been, so people have actually got a form of kickback to the government when it starts getting so fucked up that they come and hoist children away from their family and stuff like that. I mean, if I was armed and somebody tried to do that, I'd rather die on my doorstep. Quite honestly,
there are certain communities in America that you just won't even try that.
No, you try this shit in Texas, then there's going to be some serious kickback.
There are certain places in America that the law enforcement are outgunned by
100%,
by the people that are out there on their homesteads, on their own land. In fact, there are many places in America that are so remote and so independent, they don't even fall under the jurisdiction of any law enforcement, which is what we sort of forget when we live in the United Kingdom of Langistan. For people living out even in Australia, if you live in the outback, in Canada, you live out, out in the wilderness. In America, you can live in certain places. You're under no jurisdiction from any law enforcement. You can basically go in certain places in those countries. You could basically go and just rock up and start building your little hut.
Yeah.
And no one would stop you because it's so vast.
There was a law. I'm not sure if this still stands and in which states, but there was in America. Again, I say about laws that's set by the government, it's bullshit. But if you could build a house within 7 days, you could keep the land that it was on. I'm not sure if that still stands, but that was a thing. That's why everyone used to, especially the Amish community. Everyone helps each other out building their own properties, and they get it done quick. So that's just another example. And I'll just quickly address the armed thing. Obviously, there's false flags where people do school shootings and stuff like that. I've addressed this on the show before. 99% of the time, that is the government doing that. You might get one or two people that have just hit the absolute knife edge and gone over it and just gone nuts. But primarily...
How many school shootings you get in the Amish community?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But then people... And their justification for doing these things is to disarm people. And then people, especially the far left people who want everything disarmed, they say, no, there's no reason for someone to own an AR-15 or, like an assault rifle. And I'll tell you there is.
People wouldn't even know what an AR-15 was.
I'll tell you there is a reason to own an AR-15 or an assault rifle. And that's to fucking protect yourself from government fucking order followers who come knocking at your door.
The exact reason is so that you're equally armed as your most formidable opponent.
Which is the government.
Yeah, which is like the law enforcement.
On your own soil.
And that's the reason. I honestly think. I mean, I said it before. When all this started happening, and the mood started changing, 2016, 2017, and a lot of this pro-America sentiment started coming out, and at the same time, the people that were into the leftism started going all crazy. It was kind of almost very controversial to say that you can actually appreciate why people in America need to have guns. They're like, whoa, what about school shootings? Oh my God, BLM and stuff. Yeah, but what about the theory that...
What about when someone from the government comes knocking at your door to take your child away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the thing that maybe the whole reason that the NWO takeover hasn't really happened yet is because America hasn't fallen, because you couldn't take America because
there's no way they could take America. 100%, no way.
No, not even with Q. Even with Q, when they tried to suppress all those American people with guns that hated the government and made them secretly love the military and the government again. Even with that, if it really kicked off, people...
some people, they've got no idea how armed American citizens are. If you go to a gun rally, like a gun show, I'll tell you what, those people there, they are ready. They are ready for it. That's what the American Revolution was. Like, if there was if the citizens there weren't armed, they'd be fucked.
For real. Sorry, I'm just enjoying these snacks. Do you know what? We've still got loads of slideshows to have a look at. Let's see what's going on, because we're not getting any calls. So
yeah, what's going on? Why are we getting?
Yeah, guys, if anyone wants to call us and chat to us, it is ChRAstmas. At least fucking phone up and say Merry ChRAstmas. RISEABOVELIVESTREAM@gmail.com. So, where do we get to? What were we talking about? How were we going? Big up to everyone tuned in, 194 people. So, last week on the 15th, I sat down for a really good chat with Mark Devlin, with Dom, and with Chris of Sheep Farm. Sorry, I'm picking these nuts out of my teeth. Auntie Covia asked what these snacks were. What are they?
What we got here? We've got roasted cashews.
Crispy coated peanuts and roasted cashews.
Peanuts.
Sorry, drinking all these...
Sorry, Inspector Veg, it's processed high in sugars and...
It's bad, we had veg on paying veg maximum respect, and I'm like, you know, sipping. So are you sipping cider?
Yeah.
Eating these processed peanuts and shit.
Smoking
like
weed.
Dirtbags. So I had a really good chat last week with Sheep Farm with Mark Devlin. I haven't uploaded it yet. I will go over to Mark Devlin's YouTube station.
Yeah,
you
it's
can
up
see
there.
it there. It's a really nice chat, really laid back. Myself.
Is it on the Sheep Farm page?
Should be by now. Yeah, Auntie Coviet, phone in, peasants. Why don't you phone up and say hello? Say Merry Christmas, Auntie Coviet. Come on.
Yeah, right. What's the deal, Auntie Coviet?
Don't be so rude. Phone up and say hello.
Also, if some of our memeticians that are tuned in want to send us some live memes, we always appreciate that.
Oh yeah, Sage said he might stop by as well. Hopefully,
the head of Sage.
So during this chat that I had with Sheep Farm and with Mark, we sort of had like a retrospective look back at the year, you know, Clown World and all that kind of stuff. And one of the really funny things that stuck out for me that I remembered was the whole Pfizer face.
Yeah, get the Pfizer face.
Because, I mean, Mark brought up a couple of sort of memes and stuff, and one of them was of Justin Bieber.
This should show you, right? This should show you how much the government care even about their own puppets that do their bidding for him. Because look at these. Who is this one on the left?
On the left, that's something Tam. Her surname is Tam. She's the health minister in Canada.
Yeah, there you go. And then Canada, they got fucked from the COVID union, didn't they?
Fucked hard, mate.
And this
Big up Jim Hunt.
And this person was one of the people propagating it and, you know, and doing this shit. And then look what's happened to them.
She was one of the leading Britney ministers, like proper pro-Britney.
So this is what the government do to their own peasantry.
Actually,
you think what they're going to do to you?
What am I talking about? So let's get this straight. Her on the left is Theresa Tam, I believe. She's like the Soviet Britney minister for Canada under Trudeau, blackface Castro. And on the right, this guy, I can't remember his name, but he's like the digital Soviet Britney minister for New South Wales down under.
All doing the work of the WEF.
They both are proper pro-Soviet, pro-Viet, maximum Britney attendance, 33 boosters and backstage AAA passes. And lo and behold, what happens?
We got a cool. We got Matthias.
Matthias. Let's have a chat with Matthias. Welcome to Rise Above.
Oh, we lost him.
I'll give him a call back.
Let's give him a call back.
So basically, they both got Pfizer face, and Pfizer face translated, is it what? What is it called? Is it like
Bell's palsy?
Bell's palsy. Matthias, how you doing, mate?
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, you're live on Rise Above. Please don't say the C or the V word, but you can say fuck.
He's called enough times to know what the rules are here. Welcome back. Merry Christmas, mate.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, honestly, I don't really have anything to add.
No, that's all right. We're just glad we got a cooler.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, that's all right. We're just glad we got a cooler.
Oh, yeah, awesome. That whole one dude calling in with I'm just tired recently of people with their whole fucking drop the ego, this, that. I've been dealing with a ton of issues in my life with people telling me that and whatnot. But these are the same type of people that, you know, don't give a fucking flying shit about what's occurred to you in the past, what, you know, occurs to everyone else that, you know, isn't, I guess, doing well, however the fuck you want to put it.
Sure.
I'm just tired of people with the whole drop the ego. I mean, drop the ego. What does that mean? Just bend over and let fucking a bunch of, like, retards just fucking rape me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well put.
I'm giving you to the count of 5 to apologize to me publicly for calling me stupid.
Mate, that was amazing.
Very well put.
That was amazing, Mateo. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This ego thing is something we've talked
I've
about a lot on the show, mate.
Yeah, I've developed quite a fucking ego the past 2 years with the way people have fucking with how the shit I've been talking people with the way they've received it and whatnot. Fucking A right, I got a fucking ego. I mean, I'm sorry I figured you guys would appreciate this.
Absolutely,
I don't know. Yeah.
But maybe you're right. Maybe what we should be doing is actually developing the ego. Maybe the ego is a powerful protector. Maybe the ego is a defense mechanism. Maybe the ego is actually something that can be weaponized against our foes and our collective enemy. Maybe we shouldn't be trying to dampen the ego, trying to demonize it, trying to shove it into a corner and make it look...
The ego's a tool. It should be used and put away and then brought out when necessary.
I think that's fair comment.
I agree.
So is this, you know, in the time when we're actually up against something, is it really the right time to be telling everyone to check their ego?
Yeah, my whole thing is these same people check my ego. Like, how the fuck does my ego or anyone else's ego, how is that a fucking concern given the times we live in? That's fucking pathetic that anyone would even have the mental fucking, like, capacity left in their brain to give a flying shit about my fucking ego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Sure.
sure.
Or anyone's fucking ego. I'm just some fucking peasant. Why the fuck would anyone care about my ego?
I guess you could take the sort of the view that, it's like an opinion. It's like someone's opinion. You've got this opinion of me, but that's all well and good. But that's your opinion. Why should I give the fuck about what your opinion is? That's yours. That's yours to hold on to. At the end of the day, each of our egos is individual to us. It's our.
This is a great comment. We've got a good comment here.
Go on, what have you got?
Here we go. So, Kirsty C is saying, hang on.
Remind everyone that hasn't heard you before, Mateus. Where are you calling in from, bro?
The Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
United States.
What time is it over there?
It is 7 o'clock.
In the morning or evening?
6:52. No, evening.
Oh, okay. So you're what? Fuck you. 4 or 5 hours behind us.
Here we go. This is a good comment.
Yeah,
Bree
yeah.
or Bry, however you pronounce this. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. So the ego is fabricated in the moment as a response to events. Correct. In response,
I mean, I
you
agree.
use it as a tool.
At the end of the day, I've kind of like, when it comes to ego, I really don't care where it comes from. Because the way I look at it is if I didn't have an ego, then I'm just for the taking. At least as far as what I know the world to be now.
Well, this is what Master Lee taught me. He said, imagine if someone was completely egoless. Let's just think about that for a moment, what that would look like. Well, put them in a basic setting. When you're sat at the dinner table.
Nobody would eat. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
you remember. Okay, let's take it some other ways. It's like
So if you didn't have an ego, you'd just walk straight across the road. Wouldn't matter if there was a bus coming, you walk straight in front of it. If you didn't have an ego, you know.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah,
Well,
you
the
just
ego. Why would you even
immerse
bother to
yourself
cross
and
the
that's
road? Just stay at home. What are you going out for? Are
Yeah.
you doing that for yourself? Who are you doing that for? Oh, that's the ego speaking, man. Yeah. So like, I mean, we talk about New Age deceptions a lot on the show, Mateus, right? Well, what is one of the current themes of all these New Age sort of guru type of people? It's like, you've got to
Kill your ego.
Kill your ego. I remember when I met Toroidal Dynamics out in Mexico, and we had a little Changa ceremony, and there's a few youngsters there, and they'd never done it before. And me and Toroidal Dynamics were trying to get them through it, and they weren't really toking the thing properly. It wasn't working. They're going, oh, maybe I've got too much of an ego. I haven't dissolved my ego properly. And these guys were like 19, 20 years old. They were really nice guys, really sort of very nice people. And I was like, dude, you haven't even fucking developed your ego yet, let alone dissolved it. I was like, chill out. You just didn't toke the pipe properly. Let me show you how to do it. Pass that shit over here. And I'll tell you what, when I did the full demonstration, I was like, watch this. And I listen, I ripped it.
Did you go
like,
full Snoop Dogg?
I ripped it like an absolute beast. And like, I hadn't done the spirit molecule for about 3 years at that point, maybe 4 or 5 years, in fact. Let me think about it. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I was sat there on a stone floor with my legs folded, with no pillows, nothing soft around me, very hard. And when I do spirit molecule, I like to have soft things around me. And I was sat there with my legs crossed, and I was falling through the floor, flipping over. Obviously, I was sat there, but I was just trying to hold my composure in front of these 19-year-olds. I was like, watch this, boys. But yeah, no, mate, I hit it really hard, and they're like, oh, let me try. And I was like, forget about your ego, fuck that. I was like, it's all about your lungs and about anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, this is about growing your egos.
This is about this is about building your ego, bro.
This is about figuring out what your ego is.
Yeah. This will show you. You can't until you know what the ego is. You can't even think about dissolving it.
I used to be one of those like younger people that would like abuse psychedelics at festivals and would say stupid stuff like that, like, "Oh, ego death, I've killed my ego." I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah, because everyone's maybe watched a few Terence McKenna videos at that point.
Yeah,
maybe they've read a book about I don't know, the fucking going into the death journey or whatever, one of those types of books about the Tibetan Book of the Dead or what, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and everyone's repeating ideas and mantras that they probably haven't really got their head around yet. And I'm speaking from experience. I did exactly the same thing. I'm going to be 40 years old next year. I've been on this path for what, 22, 23 years now. So I know exactly what you're talking about. All of these, and they're and then in the way they're traps of the ego, because that's what these people forget. When you're trying to be the most spiritual, egoless person you could be, there's a great amount of ego attached in that, right?
Yeah, it's like you're trying to be like a people pleaser, and you're like, look at me, look how many times I've thought I've dissolved my ego.
Yeah, look how egoless I am. I've got less ego than you. What, you want to look how small my ego is?
It's like so you're nothing. It's like you've hit rock bottom. I don't know what you're implying. I don't.
but when I was there in this experience, I sort of saw that little dynamic happening. Not maybe so that intensity, but I was sat there with my with my gold chain and I was wearing some Adidas branded tracksuit bottoms. So these guys sat there in their hand woven yogurt weaved. Whatever they were wearing, they were looking at me. They were looking at me, thinking, "Who's this fucking normie?" Right? And little did they know, I know a little thing about the rabbit hole, whether I might look like a normie or not. But it was very funny because to them it was all about, we can't even approach this amazing sacrament. We need to get rid of the ego. So I find this, it's quite a recurrent theme. I do think it's a distraction. I do think it's a misinterpretation. I think the ego is just as important as the astral body or understanding of the nether realm or whatever, however you want to conceptualize it at the end of the day.
I kind of look at it as like character development versus hive mind thinking. I could have a hive mind ego or I could have my own ego, and the world is pretty vile to me, so I'm not going to go with the hive.
Well, yeah, exactly. You could look at it like that. If the ego is the concentrated personal expression, then you could say that's the opposite of the collective. And I think we can pretty much all agree on this show here is that the collective is something to probably be avoided in the most part, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, how many times? With all that we've learned and all these ideas that we've shared on the show over the last few years, how many times do we realistically think that it's a good idea to be involved with the collective? I can't think of many.
Mate, I'm not a cult member.
No. So if the ego is the individualization of our experience, if it is the separation of me versus everybody else in this realm, I don't think that's an enemy. I don't think that's something to be
I would like to think
pushed out the door.
I would like to think ego development, that's the key to, I mean, you're not getting out of here if you didn't develop an ego or whatever your interpretation of that is.
Yeah, and an ego can be many things. An ego is an understanding of self at the end of the day, right? So
it's like a sliding scale of how your ego, how much ego you're using, and how you're using it.
Hey, we can all think of some examples of people that very negatively manifest their ego. I
usually imagine. I mean, I hate to sound like an asshole, but when someone does that whole like that guy before, I could smell your ego. I just imagine like some absolute fucking just gimp pissed off at the world, like fucking. I mean, I'm pissed off at the world, so I shouldn't even. But you know what I mean? Someone who's just, I don't know. I guess a fucking gimp. Just like, who the fuck are you to determine what anyone's fucking whether his ego reeks or not? Who gives a shit?
Or even what it smells like, saying that, right? As you've literally just brought
this
point.
You just mentioned gimps, and we've just literally been sent. Thank you, Johnny Fogg, for sending in this meme that he's doing.
Literally,
slide it over. I wear masks because Lance's ego stinks. Well, there you go.
And literally a gimp with a mask on. That's amazing. Is that Johnny Fogg?
That is Johnny Fogg, live and direct. Thank you, sir.
Have you guys ever heard of the insult gin instead of gimp? Just gin?
No,
I don't know if that's like an American. I don't know if that's like I hear it a lot in American.
How is it spelled? G-I-N?
Conscious hip hop. I don't know if it's G-I-N or J-I-N, but it's fucking awesome. I don't know exactly what the fuck what they're talking about, but it sounds very derogatory, and I like it.
Okay, guys, let's get that in circulation.
I have no idea what it means. Gin. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know if they're just like.
Oh,
like
wait, hold on a minute.
Again, anymore.
In grime in the UK, our proper homegrown version of hip hop, there was an insult called a ginnel or a ginnel. And I don't know.
It might have some relation.
Yeah, it may
We've
be.
Got Homer Beats comment in there.
Hello, Homer Beats. Is he watching from home or he's filling his kitchen?
Then hang on.
What's he saying?
He sent this one first.
What's Homer Beats saying?
Think about it this way: if they, in inverted commas, can dilute the concept of the spirit molecule to involve people becoming insular and fake, expressing one individual narcissistic self, part 2, then they are able to fuck the whole point of the molecule. So the goyim, the peasantry, don't benefit fully and just encourage proper separation. That's a very good point.
That's very interesting. Thank you very much, Homer Beats. And I'd just like to add one thing that I was discussing with Oma Beats earlier on. What we're going to be doing from next year, we're going to have a remote Oma Beats studio. So if he can't be on a Friday, he can actually broadcast from the studio directly to us.
He's going to have to build that himself, right?
He'll be doing it. So to be honest, it's already built. We just need to connect the webcams and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, so there's a lot of expansion going on next year. So yeah, Mateus, I think you've jumped in just to say hello for no particular reason, but you brought up a really good point, very salient. We like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to drill that in.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, brilliant. Okay,
and
so
the whole gin thing, I don't know if anyone figures out what that means. Maybe drop a comment or something after the video.
We all know that the gin in Hebrew, and is that right? It's Hebrew.
I wonder if it is a reference to the gin.
Maybe, or it could be Grandmaster Gin.
Well, I know it's some sort of a cult reference as far, but I just I'm
not really up to the beat with all like this new hip hop and drill culture. I know old school hip hop, and I know grime.
Old school. Like when I say old school, like I mean, I've been hearing it in like early 2000s, like underground, United States hip hop, like boom bap, that scene, I guess.
Okay, interesting.
Like Killer the Priest, Lost Children, Babylon, that whole like sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe gin is a slur on the eastern, says Oma Beats.
That's like I'm saying, like in Hebrew and that they refer to gin.
Interesting. All right, Mateus, thank you very much for giving us a call, mate.
Great to talk to you, brother.
Merry ChRAstmas.
Rise above.
And a Happy New Year. Rise above. Speak soon,
keep
brother.
Keep that ego going.
Yeah, mate, we'll keep bunning the ego. Don't worry, mate. Excellent ego.
Oh, we got Hog Down Munch as well. He's just messaged me.
Oh, yeah,
tried calling.
Get Hog Down on the line.
But you said you're offline anyway. Merry Christmas. Yeah, call him, man. We just had Mateus on the line.
Oh, wait a minute. We've got a guest on the video chat. We've got someone called Smooth Karamak. Here he is.
Smooth Karamak.
Oh, hello.
How we doing, guys?
Welcome, Dom.
Yeah.
Sheep farm in the house.
Barra.
Very nice.
Bar indeed. Welcome to our little ChRAstmas melee, mate. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad at all.
So it was only last week you and me touched base.
That's right,
with our Chris as well, and Mark Devlin. It was a great chat.
With our Chris.
I was going to say Chris is our Chris, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've had a bit of a late one tonight, so I won't stay on too long. But we're a good chat with Mark Devlin, wasn't it?
No, it's always nice, mate.
It's always a good chat with Mark Devlin.
Nice and laid back. You know, we're all on the same page when us guys touched base. We had a little look back at the year. Over some of the weird shit that's happened, and basically just had a nice little chinwag.
Yeah, we'd have been on about 10 hours if we'd have done the whole year, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we had a couple of sort of like choice talking points, and for anyone that wants to catch that, you can get it on Mark. Have you put it up on your channel as well?
No, I just left it to Mark. I thought leave it on Mark's, and then
because he's had loads of deleted channels, hasn't he, Tom? So we need to sort of help him out to get some more subs, because he's only on about 3. Yeah. He was on about 50,000 before, wasn't
52,000 he had, yeah.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Hey, we just hit 8,000.
Yeah, I think it even more than that.
More? Well, yeah, it could have been. That was the last I saw it. Maybe 50,000.
Yeah.
Let me just turn Dom up a little bit. He's a bit quiet.
It's unusual for me, that.
No, it's me on the Queefmaster Pro here. I had you turned down because the music was so loud. Yeah, so we've got to help each other out, because we're always up against Al Gore.
Yeah.
As you highlighted in the last deep dive you had on the show here. What was that? 4 or 5 episodes ago?
Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, we covered quite a lot of ground on there, didn't we? What I like about the sort of presentations doing it on with you guys is that obviously you guys bring your bit to it as well. So it's not just my presentations, our Chris there and you guys. And when you listen back to it, it goes off in many different tracks, different tracks.
That's what I was saying earlier. No one's got every piece of the puzzle.
No.
Yeah, and I think that's also special when us guys come together, all in our little sort of melee between us all we've got here. It is important that we keep bouncing off each other, because at the end of the day, we've all got different skills, we've all got a different viewpoint. Although we're all still on the same page, we've all got a different viewpoint when we come into this.
Everyone's researched different stuff, and I've specialised in sun worship and child sacrifice, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All the
So
good
I think-
stuff, Andy.
All the good stuff. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we've done maybe sort of in the region of sort of 4 to 6 collaborations with you guys over the space of the year.
Yeah,
us coming on
yeah.
yours and you coming on our platform, right?
Yeah, probably more than I reckon.
Yeah,
you
6.
probably probably about 6, 7, yeah, something like that, isn't it? If
Yeah,
you include Mark's, it's probably more.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe up to sort of 7 or 8. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy with the way things have gone this year, with all of us concerned. And I think, we should all move forward in 2023 in a position of power. Is there anything new on the horizon for Sheep Farm that we should be looking out for?
I'll do more of the same. I think every time, like you guys, when you do something, I always look back and question myself. I mean, Chris didn't do that type of thing, but his drawings are improving. You can see.
Yeah,
that
I've seen he's been
the more
drawing more, mate.
Yeah, the more he does, the better he gets. And so, I think with research, I'm looking at it now. I didn't really class myself as a researcher, but obviously, I think I probably am now.
mate, I would say out of our whole collective clique, you are right up there in the way that you can take the subject. You can really go in deep, but also laterally. You seem to find lots of other pages and lots of other pieces of the puzzle that go out sideways as well as forward, which I think is very constructive.
It wasn't my chosen speciality, but when you realise that you've got some sort of, I don't know, eye for it, I suppose, then you go deeper, don't you? And you look to improve what you're doing as well.
Absolutely.
So, I start with all the information that I've got for the Schwabian agenda, which is Andy's phrase. When we did one of the Young Global Leaders ones, Andy called it the Schwabian agenda, which I quite like.
Schwabian agenda,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even his agenda. He's just the puppet for his dark occult masters, but he's the face of it.
He's the face.
The
guy's a
one
fucking
level
maniac.
up. His puppet master is sausage, King Sausage Fingers, isn't it? I mean, let's be real.
It has to be on it. Yeah.
The master above the Schwab is the Sausage Fingers. The Sausage Fingers is the puppeteer above the Schwab, like this.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's another front man like Musk and all these other people, and that, as you dig deeper and deeper, you realise this and obviously there's a bloodline involved somewhere in that as well.
Mate, they're all inbred maniacs. They are literally inbred maniacs, all of them.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe they think we're maniacs as well for questioning what their behaviour is. I always look at it from another point of view where, we're the odd ones out. They're, the NPCs and the maniacs, as we call them, we're the odd ones out, really, in this realm, aren't we? Yeah.
The errance or the divergence or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
We're the ones that maybe don't belong, if there is anybody that doesn't belong, which is a bit of an oddity, really. But there you go.
For most peasants, right, the reality of King Sausage Fingers the 33rd, Lord Schwab, Health Chancellor Gates, all of these characters, that's a perfectly acceptable reality for most peasants.
Yes.
For most NPCs that are locked into this collective normosphere projection.
Mate, they love it.
Yeah.
Well,
They love
who
it.
are you to question it, you right-wing bigot?
Yeah.
I think that they're absolutely terrified of us, our minority group, who as varied as it is, our group as well, from many different walks of life. I think the powers that be are terrified, and they don't never come on with a full frontal attack, do they? It's always nipping away, trying to control the narrative.
Well, they can't go full balls deep, 100 miles ahead, because it would just be another Hitler in concentration camps type scenario. I can't believe they get away with what they do in China with the Uyghur Muslims, throwing them in concentration camps.
No.
And, re-education camps. I can't believe that's actually still going on.
What do we think about the latest footage that's coming out of China? I mean, I know you've been. I don't know. I'm sure you've shared a bit of it with me, Dom. We always share things together on the email. There's a lot of footage of these, drones going above, as far as you can see, concentration camp, sort of lines of cabins and stuff. What do you think about all that? Is it?
Well,
as
one
described?
it's on TV, so I have to have a tongue in cheek there. I'm sure there are areas where they're really clamping down, but we don't know. I mean, China's a big place, isn't it? And there's many different. It's quite a split country. It's not necessarily just China, and that's it. There's so many different groups within there.
Yeah.
And so we don't really know what's happening, if we're honest. There.
No. There's also videos of massive gangs, thousands of Chinese people, beating and chasing people in white coats down the street.
Yeah.
So we're actually being shown both sides of it now. And what I thought was really interesting is the back end of this year, especially in the last month, some of the main media, normosphere media, has actually responded, and it's been shown with screenshots from our lot how they're framing these brave Chinese protesters standing up against oppression, juxtaposed with how they treated us guys when we stood up against oppression in 2020, right-wing, racist, white supremacist,
It's a bit
terrorist.
pathetic, really, isn't it? It's pathetic, really.
At this point,
Same tactics over and over. It's just dressed up
It's pure
differently.
clannery at this point, mate. For anyone that's not retarded themselves, it's pure.
I think you said it on Mark's podcast we did, that you're quite comfortable. At the minute we're not getting sort of dragged out of his house and going into full Nazi mode. So bring it on.
But don't get me wrong. I'm ready for when that happens. I'm actually.
We're all ready.
Yeah. We've all
I had a joke with
Go on.
I had a joke with my wife earlier on, and she said, well, for my 50th, I want to do X, Y, Z, and I said, I might be in a gulag then, and she went, yeah, but I want to do this. What's a gulag?
You're about to find that, comrade.
I said it's a prison that I might be getting my thumb's broken, and she said, don't scare me on that. It does worry me that they might come for you. But what is my exact words were, what else is there left to live for if that's what they do?
Yeah. Hey, we're all hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
None of us here are doing anything illegal.
No.
All we're doing is expressing our views, and we still apparently live in a free Soviet state, allegedly. So, interesting as we move into this next cycle of the peasant sphere in 2023, the 322 year, Dom. The skull and bones.
Skull and bones year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and every time I do some research, I know you guys probably do the same. Wherever Andy's coming from on his research, wherever you are, wherever Master Lee's saying, I was watching FPV Angel tonight, and his research all leads back to the same thing, that there's a reset and there's all these controllers and bloodlines pushing it every time.
Yeah, and many people can squabble and squibble about the details and the names and the terminology, but we're all basically talking about the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've just had a thought. So if there's this reset, like a physical reset, where there's cataclysms and the whole world just fucking melts, or whatever it is, and we know that there's these underground cities, bunkers, whatever you want to call them, where the Schwabian people are going to go and try to hide from it all. Maybe that's why we haven't got dragged away to a gulag, because they know we're going to be fucked anyway.
Yeah, well, maybe, but also,
don't forget, we don't know the date of this reset. I mean, we have to ask our
Maybe the place where these NPCs and these normies are being ushered towards with their injections and their Britney tickets is a place to survive the Phoenix event. Maybe in 2041 or 2047, or if you believe the archaic mythology, that in I think he said in 2070 or something, when a real bad reset happens. Well, okay, we'll all be old by then anyway. Maybe
depends
those
what the
normies...
reset is, does it? Does it have to? It doesn't have to be a cataclysm, does it? It can be again, the jab could be the cataclysm, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something landing on us or happening to destroy something. It could have already taken place for all we know.
Yeah,
and
I
just
think
waiting the time out.
And we however you want to frame it, however you want to conceptualize it, there is some sort of common event that preparation is being made for.
Maybe
Britney Spears has got something to do with it, more or less. We can all agree on that, more or less.
Well, the Spears and again, all the people that are running this shit show are all eugenicists. So, we recorded a 3.5 hour show this week, me and Chris, and the second part of it's about the. I came across a story, and I will try not to spoil it, but of an Indian guy that they did an X-ray on him in pain, and they found a parasite or a group of parasites in his scrotum, and it got me thinking, because it said the parasite comes from a mosquito, and I'm thinking, didn't Gates release a shitload of growth modified
millions of
mozzies in
India?
India?
Nanosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah. And so I did a bit of digging around. Obviously, we know he did release 1 billion growth modified Franken CRISPR-Cas9 mRNA mosquitoes.
No, You're not joking because you've
Schwabian
you've
mosquitoes.
Listen, the
Yeah,
thing is,
Schwabian mosquitoes, yeah.
if anyone that's watching is not familiar with Dom, he might crack a joke, but he's probably done the research.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
that
yeah,
everything you
yeah,
just said is
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Those mosquitoes that Bill Gates released had all of those things that you just said.
Yes.
That's great. That's just fantastic.
Same as the Astra weapon that kills Zeneka.
The gift from the stars, yeah.
Yes, same technology in that. In fact,
He managed
the
to
very
swab that into a mosquito.
Yeah, the very company.
Help Chancellor Gates, man.
Well, who funded it? Health Chancellor Gates, and the very company that started it, a company called Oxitec, is part of Oxford University.
Of course.
And at Oxford
guy
University,
just got knighted, didn't he?
just got knighted. Listen to this one though. The company that within Oxford that owns all the patents for all these companies. The Sausage Knight.
Obviously, this has been memed. This is the picture of the guy from AZ, the head of the AZ mafia, getting knighted for his
duties to mankind. Yeah.
You know, for fulfillments to the realm of
for pressing
farming.
the reset button. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, the company within Oxford that did owned the patent for all these companies. So if you remember Stanford, I said at Stanford University they had $7 trillion worth of businesses that had set up, and it was something like the fifth biggest capital enterprise in the world. Right. Well, Oxford have got a similar thing that owns all the patents, and it was called ISIS.
Oh wow!
You can't
of course it was.
Of course it was. But they did a name change from ISIS, and it also owned.
If it's too bait, they'd change the name.
Yeah. So anyway, and
what did they change the name to?
Something like the Oxford something research and development type of thing. But it was called ISIS, and. Yeah, it's just every time you open that door, I thought, oh, I'll just have another look, and I thought, oh no, and it started just with that parasite in this guy's scrotum, and anyway, these mosquitoes apparently they're all male mosquitoes,
right?
They're not female, right? Because and apparently males don't bite anybody. It's the females that bite, and then so males live off plants, females live off. Eating blood because they need that to feed the eggs or whatever. Now, when the males breed with the female, it sterilizes or incapacitates the next generations. Are we starting to see some sort of?
So it's the next generation that gets schwabbed.
The next 1 and 2, yeah. So, yeah.
Same with, listen, when this first all started becoming very clear to us in early 2021, do you remember when we had an email on the show from someone in Australia that was to do with pig farming?
That's right. I remember.
They sent us this whole thing about when they wanted to sort of
it was the second or third generation.
They would do the injection to the pigs, and the pigs would breed, and then the second and third generation would start to have the effects that were forecast and wanted.
And then when we think about it, by 2 generations' time, let's just say, I mean, we'll be ready for hopping off this planet. In 2 generations' time, well, we'll be gone, whatever. The young ones today won't know that. I mean, ask somebody now about the First World War, like us. We don't know what it was like in the First World War. 3 generations gone. It's gone.
Hopefully, someone will be recording this transmission right now, and they'll show it to future generations that someone made a record. You know, we do joke about this because it's above we joke.
But we've got to joke.
Yeah, but it's quite serious though, Dom.
Yeah.
Whether it's your recording or us or it's Godvag. I've often said to people I showed Godvag, they said, Spitter said to me, these recordings are special. It's someone recording these on a hard drive. Like if there's an internet outage, this is like sacred material. I was like, well, you know, any of this stuff that we're talking about, you say like in 100 years' time, when after a reset, post reset, when everything's been burnt, rewritten. How would you find a piece of authentic information? Someone gets a hard drive out of a drawer. They work out how to hook it up to their whatever type of screen or
their neural link.
Yeah,
we've just been sent in 10 memes live from the same person.
Mate, I haven't even got for any of the memes I had in the slideshow yet. It's been a great show so far.
But do you know what the technology is called, Lance?
Go on.
It's called gene drive, right?
Oh, wow.
Gene drive, right? But the actual technology is called genetic extinction technology.
Brilliant. Have you seen that thing that's come out in the last 2 weeks, Dom, about the actual baby farm and the video? I'm sure you shared it to me. You definitely shared it to me.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
It's now about to go live. They can farm 300 or 400 babies out of the thing at once.
That was no.
Was this the thing? No, it's 30,000 a year.
Yeah, we did the artificial womb, didn't we? At the beginning of the year.
But in the last 2 weeks, but there's basically been the first. I should have the video to show it. I haven't. The first facility that is literally ready to go. It's a computer-generated video.
Jesus.
But the thing is, and it even shows there's a big tank of this baby nutrient, and it recycles the nutrient and pumps it back. And each baby, it was showing you can have the fucking incubator come into your house and deliver the baby, rah rah rah. But what I realised was, as I was watching this promotional video, do you know what I was watching with the Empress? She literally said to me, she turned around and goes, "You know what that is, don't you?" I said, "What?" She goes, "That's the Epstein technology. That's the technology that Epstein was developing in his baby farm in New Mexico that they talked about."
Superior genetic.
And I just thought to myself, I was like, fuck, yeah, it blatantly is. That's what they said. They said that he had this facility in New Mexico.
That's what I mean. All that shit that went out on the media about Epstein Island, people got no idea what was going on there. Literally no idea what he was up to.
That reminds me of that thing on Star Wars. I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. If Chris were here, he'd tell us. But where they went onto that, like another planet with a load of drones on it. That's like that, isn't it? Choose that army, drone army or whatever.
Oh, what, the Clone Wars?
Yeah, Clone Wars, yeah.
Yeah, where they took the best warrior and they cloned the whole army off him. Yeah,
well,
fucking eugenics.
Yeah, it's all eugenics, isn't it? But part of that research we were doing last night, there was a guy who was came up in the research who's heading. There's an app that they've been using to collect the data for all the symptoms of the current 91 Divok thing, and it's called Zoe. Yeah.
Wow.
And the guy that does it is a geneticist, and he works for a company called, I forgot the name of the company, but it sort of studies twins genetically, and they've got hundreds of twins that they're studying in the UK.
Wow.
And these are the people, I'll see if I can dig his name out. These are the people that are running loose and running wild with all this stuff. It's yeah.
But you know that's going to be the next big thing that drops is the digital twin. You've heard about this?
Digital twin. Yeah.
The digital twin. I think it's going to be this thing that sort of broaches the top end of 5G capability and the bottom end of 6G. So it's going to be one of these transitional pillars. This is the reason that we have to go to 6G, because when 6G, you see this digital twin that almost works now, and it will be where you can actually digitally clone yourself to another either physical location via a projector or via a hologram, or another digital location via 5 or 6G, and you can actually be doing what you would normally do online now. Remotely times 2, yourself consciously and
that's
second
like that
digitally.
Bruce Willis film, innit? Bruce Willis
Surrogates.
Surrogate, yeah.
However, in Surrogates, that was always a physical robot which was animated by your consciousness, and you can only animate. The idea with a digital twin is that you could be consciously doing something, and your digital twin is doing something different somewhere else.
This guy that were running that thing were called Tim Spector, OBE.
Tim Spector.
15,000 sets of identical twins enrolled since 1992, and it's known as the Twins UK Registry.
Interesting. I guarantee, I have this feeling that this research will be something to do with the digital twin. Yeah, and they'll be looking at, because obviously twins, and especially identical twins, do have allegedly, and obviously this is sort of pseudoscience at this stage, but it is being proven that they do have some sort of extrasensory link between them in many cases. And I guarantee that this will be something to do with it, because the digital twin, mark my words, 2023, it will start to be put onto the forefront, and they'll start to show to us what we can do with this digital twin. But I have a feeling it's not going to be what is going to be professed. It sounds very sinister to me, like literally a digital copy of yourself doing something else somewhere else.
And is there a third twin
Well, when you go up to 7, 8, or 9G, Dom, there's no limits. Literally, I have 33 digital twins. They can
The
be
shadow
everywhere doing
people.
everything.
Yeah, the shadow people.
Well, imagine that though, because obviously, you know, this year we've got the AI art, which listen, I've been watching that phenomenon, and we talked about it a little bit on the show. I'm going to do a whole thing about that next year, because for me, as a digital artist, it's quite meaningful. It's sort of almost like some sort of massive tool, but also some sort of horrible.
Ed from Outer Light does a lot on that. He's been doing a lot of shows around the AI stuff.
Yeah, I follow some of the groups online, and I'm seeing what's coming out of it, and it's like every week they're releasing this new patch, and it is kind of mind-blowing what's happening, but at the same time kind of scary as a creator. So I definitely want to talk about that next year. But you know, okay, so AI art, AI writing news stories, digital twins. I have a feeling that next year is going to be so quick, so fast progressing into this stuff. Even us guys that have been watching these narratives, that have been documenting it, we're probably going to be taken by surprise. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think we'll be taken by surprise, but we know it's going to happen, don't we? So
maybe by the pace of it, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because I do think things have been switched up a gear in the last couple of weeks, maybe the last month or so. I think certain stops have been pulled out in what were maybe narrative markers before. You know, we talked about that a little bit with certain themes. Tiny hats is one of them.
The tiny hats.
Yeah, that theme, that fucking plug has
Fucking
been pulled.
racist, man.
But yeah, I'm seeing that with a few things. I'm watching a lot of other creators, a lot of other YouTubers, that all of a sudden the floodgates are open. I think next. I mean, we said it about this year, and this year was very interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, a lot of people are realising they've been scammed. Whether it's too late for them or not, who knows? But a lot of people outside our sphere, if you like, of you know, people who listen to your show, our show, people who... My neighbour, for argument's sake, said to my wife, it's quite a poignant phrase, I've heard this twice in a week now. My wife will go to somewhere with her, and she said, why do you think all these people are dying? Bear in mind, these are Middle England, tapped up, yeah, with every jib-jab, school teacher types, etc., etc., and they're asking... And my wife said, well, me and Dom's got his own ideas. You know, she's not like me. She didn't want to jump straight in. And she said, this woman said, do you think it's the jabs? A friend of mine who owns a restaurant in London, he calls him a pot washer, came up to him. This pot washer's had 2 people recently croak suddenly. Said to him, chef, why are all these people dying? Now, these are quite poignant things, because these have never been said before in this country in the last 50 years, 100 years anyway, certainly. And so if they're saying that to us, they're probably saying it at home as well. It must be rather worrying if you've been...
I mean, you've got to be some special kind of stupid not to put 2 and 2 together. I can't believe they came out in the media with all this died suddenly stuff. I mean, what the fuck? That's bold, man.
Yeah, it is
bold to put it down to just sudden death. You know, 10-year-olds and shit like that.
Deep fried suddenly, calamari in your veins. Here's the thing, like,
it's almost like they don't give a fuck at this point, though.
If it's this, I'm going to say this, and I think Thomas Sheridan put it really well. If you are noticing that it first of all happened with sports people, then we had loads of movie stars and singers.
TV
and in the last,
isn't it?
Yeah, and in the last couple of months, like I've pointed out many times, the phenomena seems to be, particularly these medium-level celebrities, they've actually been very vocal about the people who were anti-Britney before, condemning them. And then you see these 2 juxtaposed screenshots condemning anti-Britney people, deep fried suddenly right next to each other.
Yeah.
It's like a stage. I honestly think we're being shown this on purpose. At this stage, I do. I'm going to call it out right now. I think that...
The unveiling.
Yeah. The dark enlightenment, the unveiling, whether all of those people are genuinely dying from the Britney Spears experiment, or there is some other type of ritualistic offering up going on, I honestly don't know. But I think we are being shown this on purpose, because Thomas Sheridan said, if people can notice that there are a lot of famous people dying and celebrities, what do you think is going on in normal suburbia, in cul-de-sacs and stuff like that? You know, if it's
the
happening
exact
with
questions, the exact questions that my wife got from Middle England, and I spoke to my neighbour today just as I were leaving, and I said, "How are you doing?" He says, "Oh, not too good. His wife's mum passed away. His mate were passing away. This is all within like his mate's not going to make it out at Christmas. His ex-boss had a hip replacement and it went wrong, so he's had to have 3. Now he's suffering from depression. All these things are happening all at the same time, and you're hearing it all the time, constantly, and it is like some kind of, I won't call it awakening, but enlightening experience that you're sat back just watching all this unfold in front of your eyes.
Yeah, and it's definitely speeding up, Dom. You know, we started highlighting this even at the early part of 2021. Whenever
we knew before it started, mate.
yeah. I mean, listen, we were talking about this in 2020.
Yeah.
But I think in 2021, early 2021, I told Virus Man, make the coincidence graph. I want Bill Gates stood in front of a graph saying time going this way and the incidence of coincidence going up. We made the graph. Then all the footballers happened.
Tennis player, all of it. There's loads of them, aren't there?
And it's not slowing down. It's not slowing down. So it's going to come.
It's speeding up. What we're seeing
Definitely.
now is the culmination of 3 dart finish plus rooster boosters plus kung flu taps plus everything else.
Plus all the extra cancer, and also this is the reason I just said this. I want to address what's going on with the NHS. We have all the nurses striking, okay?
Yeah.
At Christmas, at the same time as the ambulance drivers, at the same time as the postmen, etc., etc. The transport was a few weeks ago. Is it any coincidence that the people at the top of the trade unions to do with the nurses and the ambulance drivers has chosen this time, right at the peak, when most people hit the emergency room at Christmas, when we're right in the middle of a mass cull event, when coincidence is through the roof? Is this any coincidence?
No.
Is it?
There are no coincidences in Clown World.
No coincidences.
It's a
planned
perfect
event.
storm. It's a perfect storm.
They've drove these people to either they've made them go on strike or they've drove them to go on strike. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's part of the plan, because all this part of the plan means it's destruction, isn't it? They want to destroy. Destroy the very fabric of how we've lived as lives for the last 75 years in this materialistic.
Because there's
world
that
that we've
footage
been sold.
of Lord Schwab saying we can reshape the future.
Yeah.
But to
If
do
we
that, you have to
penetrate
tear
enough
it down
cabinets.
first. Yeah, you have to fucking.
Have to penetrate everyone's cabinets.
No one's penetrating my cabinet, mate.
I've never penetrated these cabinets around here.
You never know. Have you seen that kitty we're wearing up beach with his wedding gear? Can you remember? There's a right picture of him.
That is not confirmed, Lord
No,
Schwab.
it's unconfirmed, no.
We've showed
No.
that picture. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
But as I pointed out, I would like to think Lord Schwab has got enough finesse and enough class. If he's going to put on that garb, he's at a private beach, not in front of a load of peasants, so they can take a photo on their phone. But anyway,
Yeah.
Or it's a humiliation ritual from his dark occult masters.
I think there have been a lot of humiliation rituals in the media this year.
Will Smith, that was a good one.
Will Smith.
Yeah, that was a good start of the year.
that
didn't
was
it,
a good
really?
one, that one.
Yeah.
Even Madazalam, whether or not the peasants came around and loved him in the end and said he's not so bad, that was still a humiliation ritual on his part. £400,000 for a few months' work, being in a shitty condition, and he had to do some shitty things. That was humiliation for him, whether we like to think that or not. And I think a lot of them have been through that this year. We shouldn't forget. I'm not going to lie. I've had shitloads of memes lined up. We haven't got any time to go through them. I'm going to have to share them, save them for next week.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dom,
Dom,
I'm going to fly, guys. Anyway, yeah.
no, perfect,
Nice
mate.
to see you.
talk to you, Dom,
You
mate,
dropped
as
in at the
always.
perfect time. That's the great way to end the show. This week, midnight RAS. We are we've done the midnight RAS service. 30 minutes past the midnight hour. Dom, thank you very much, mate.
No worries,
above.
mate. Check you later, guys. See you later in the chat.
Take care, Dom.
Yeah.
Excellent.
See you later.
Dom from Sheep Farm.
Smooth
ladies and gents.
Caramac. Right. We've gone, we said we'd do to midnight
Yeah,
or
yeah.
3 hours, so we've gone past. All of the memes that I haven't showed tonight, I will save that for next week. So let's just wrap up Andy PG. Next week, we are inviting none other than Ryan Sanders. Probably, I'm going to say it, the hottest conscious rapper in the UK at the moment.
Summon your inner Statham. Inner Statham. Inner Statham.
Statham. Next week, next Friday, the night before New Year's Eve is New RAS Eve. It's myself, it's Andy PG, Oma Beat. I think Magix is going to be here. Ryan Sand is our guest. He's live in the studio. He's going to be performing original material and getting on the mix live back to back with myself.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been Customer Services. I'm Double LMC. That is Andy PG. And we will see you guys next week.
Enjoy your solar death cult celebrations.
Yeah, enjoy Saturnalia, peasants. Rise above.